Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft. We have returning special guest Gregory here today.
You know I've got a sore rib, Ben.
Greg does have a sore rib, but he'll be able to recover. His brain is functioning fully well. We're going to let Greg take the lead this draft. I'll be sort of coaching and giving my insight, but usually when I have guests on, I have the tie-breaking vote. In this case, we'll give it to Greg, so we'll see. I'm a little terrified, but good luck.
I'm excited, and Ben said that I could keep leading videos until I don't win a trophy, so we'll see how big of a run I can go on.
Maybe a short run, but we'll see.
It might be a very short run.
What do you like here?
All right, well, so Ben can draft a lot of archetypes. I of course could draft a lot of archetypes if I wanted to, but I mainly like to draft blue archetypes.
All right.
So I
should have worn a blue shirt, dude.
Should have worn a blue shirt, exactly. So I'm looking at either Counterspell or Teferi. Given that I'm only drafting blue, I think I want to take the more powerful of the cards because I don't mind. I think if I were trying to be more open, I'd take Counterspell, but almost like Teferi.
You gotta move quickly, dude.
All right, I'm taking Counterspell.
I think Counterspell is probably better there, just staying open. Maybe blue-white's gonna be open, but this sets us up for any blue-based deck. And even in blue-white control, Counterspell is close to as good as Teferi.
That's fair. I think what I think about is I'm either gonna be blue-red, blue-white, or blue-black.
Sure. So you take the one that's good in all three instead of the one that's good in one.
Well, but you can also splash.
That is true. And in this pack, Path Exile is probably the best card, but we did just pass it to Teferi.
Yeah. Expressive Iteration, also not bad.
Yes, definitely.
I know you like that one. I think I probably would either take Path or Expressive Iteration.
I think I'm on board with that. You could just slam Emrakul, but that's not your style. Not really my style either. Personally, I think having just passed Teferi, I would take the Expressive Iteration. Someone pretty close to us to the left is likely going to go into blue-white, but you're boss on this one.
I like blue-white decks more than blue-red decks. They just feel more powerful to me.
Right. Taking Path then?
I think we're taking Path.
Pass Teferi into Path to Exile, second pick. Power move. Okay. So if we take in the iteration, we could probably go with Seasoned Pyromancer here. As is, there's a land and a couple decent blue cards. Neither of the blue cards in this pack are stellar, but they're definitely strong. The best card overall in the pack is probably Recurring Nightmare.
Yeah. I think I either like Sacred Foundry or Brazen Borrower here. Those are the two that I'm sort of looking at.
Yep, those are both good. Brazen Borrower in particular is good in a more tempo-oriented blue-white deck if you have Palace Jailer and that sort of thing.
So I think I'm going to take the Sacred Foundry because I'm expecting to be more of a control blue-white, like blue-white.
Jeskai?
Yeah, and then maybe splash red for a little removal.
Kind of hilarious to pass Teferi, pass Expressive Iteration, and then set up for Jeskai. It's not what I would necessarily recommend, but we'll see if we can get there.
You love to see it. All right, and I do love a good card like Ancestral Vision. That's exactly the sort of card that I like to have in my decks. I also
not Skyclave Apparition?
No, I prefer Ancestral Vision. Do you think Skyclave Apparition is better?
Probably, but we could take Ancestral. It's a really good answer to Moxen, of course, and Soul Ring, and just the better your opponent's deck is, the better Skyclave is. And then it also can take out Jace the Mind Sculptor or Oath of Druids. Very flexible removal spell. But I also think that it's much more likely to wheel, and Ancestral Vision is a good card, certainly.
Yeah, I also don't usually play creatures in my decks.
All right. Sounds good. Could do a no creature stipulation, but we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Got a couple good creatures here.
Couple good creatures.
But also a shark.
I see Shark Typhoon, and I need nothing more.
No respect for the Chandra.
We could have a pretty good blue-red deck, I think. That might be what I'm wishing. Yeah, I like Shark Typhoon.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the card that I would pick here.
I'm good with that. It plays well with Counterspell.
It really does.
And just having instant speed threats. Maybe we could pick up, if the Wandering Emperor wheels, that would be pretty nice. There were Teferi and the Wandering Emperor in our first pack.
You're so good at, remembering what cards are going to wheel and stuff. It's very impressive.
Thank you. So are we planning on picking up Stoneforge Mystic?
Yeah.
And that Batterskull is looking tempting.
I love a good Stoneforge Batterskull package.
As do I. Otherwise, there's Wasteland, Metamorphose, but nothing's too good for us here. Murderous Rider is great in control decks, but we're looking like we're unlikely to be playing black.
Yeah, and Batterskull is just a beautiful thing. Ooh, Mystic Confluence.
Late Mystic Confluence.
You love to see it.
Yeah, that's great. Blue is more open than it often is. It's not the most open color here. Temporary Lockdown is a great sideboard card that's sometimes main deckable if you get no signets, but yeah, I like the Confluence. Ooh. There's a card that's... How are you not just slamming this one card? Probably because you don't know what it does. No, dude. A board sweeper?
Oh, damn.
A 4-mana board sweeper? Yeah, you got fooled by the black border, but it's actually a white card. I mean, every blue-white control deck needs its board sweepers, at least one. Nice. We get the Wandering Emperor on the wheel.
You love to see that.
Cathar Commando is strong too, but I do think the Wandering Emperor is the move. And it's looking more and more like just straight blue-white. We do see a late blue-red land too. Mm-hmm. So we'll see on the Sacred Foundry whether we end up playing that splash or not. Alright, Trinket Mage is not there yet. Super late Natural Order and Nissa. But we could take Trinket Mage. We could also take Orzhov. I think I would honestly take the Signet here. Half on color Signet lets us play like turn 3 Sweeper, turn 3 Wandering Emperor.
Really?
But it's up to you. Trinket Mage doesn't do anything yet, but we could get Black Lotus or Retrofitter Foundry or something.
I'll take this Signet, but I would be so surprised if we ended up playing it. But, you know, we'll go down that route. I trust your instincts, let's put it that way.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Green is so open. Llanowar Elves and Court of Bounty this late.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Too many creatures in that deck, though. It's too confusing to play.
We have 0 creatures so far.
That's just what we like to see.
However, I think we should take Kitchen Finks here. Not for the main deck, but really good sideboard card. We could potentially become an Arena Rector deck. You want to play like Karn Liberated and Elspeth Sun's Champion with this card. Just playing this to get your Wandering Emperor isn't very good. There's also Dark Depths, but we just passed Thespian Stage, so we're not in on that combo.
Ooh, I would totally play Lingering Souls.
We do have the Signet. We could also take the Sword in case we're trying to do Stoneforge stuff, but we have no creatures, so we're not really a good equipment deck yet.
I love Lingering Souls. It's like one of my favorite cards. I think that this is a little snag. It's so splashable, too.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess Ooze is probably better, right?
Yeah. Ooh, good last pick.
And I'll move this to the sideboard?
Probably. Bit of a brick of a first pack for us here. Loyal Retainer's probably not going to get the job done. We could take a Karn. It's not amazing, but if we want to play Arena Rector, we do want a density of Planeswalkers, and we also have a Signet. Signets play really well with Karn. Obviously, just playing a 4-drop on turn 3 is nice, and then it also makes the constructs bigger. We could speculate on Time Twister and try and pick up a Narset, but right now Time Twister is likely going to help our opponent more than us almost every game.
Yeah, I think I like Karn.
Okay.
Sad first pick, though.
Yeah. Sad second pick, too.
Yeah.
There is Steam Vents if we want to make the Red
know.
Splash happen, but that doesn't seem super likely. We could take Zagoth Triome as just a blue-black land for the Lingering Souls and potential further black splash.
That's, like, it's probably good.
I don't think we're playing Sower or Chain of Vapor in the main deck, although they're both okay sideboard cards.
Yeah, I think it's either Steam Vents or this Triome. In a weird way, like, it feels like a waste if I play a Triome. It's like, you can only have 2 of, like, the 3 colors. Like, I feel, like, sad to be giving up that value of, like, the 3rd color, but, you know, we might end up splashing playing green.
Yeah, we do have another red land, so we have a good, like, the odds to splash red, but red hasn't looked very open. I don't think, I think Zagoth Triome is probably better here. Now we slam Kiki Jiki. Both of the blue cards are solid. Well, Paradoxical Outcome doesn't work here, but the other 2 blue cards are both decent here. Could take a Signet, could take Mana Tithe. This isn't the best Ledger Shredder deck. You want to be playing a lower curve for that, like a lot of cantrips.
What do you think about Stowaway?
Stowaway's a great card. I think I would lean towards Mana Tithe here over the Stowaway, but I think Stowaway is a totally reasonable pick. It's a great card. It adds a lot of consistency. All right. You're a disciplined man. Path and Mana Tithe are not exactly a combo, but we'll be able to make that work. Okay. Worth noting that at this point we still have no blue-white fixing. That's
a bad
becoming
thing.
urgent. It's not quite urgent yet, but definitely a bad thing. Here we see Lion Sash for the Stoneforge package. Seal from Existence as just like Oblivion Ring. It's a little worse than Oblivion Ring for a deck with no fixing, but Ward 3 is nice. Could also take the Strix if we just go ahead and if we just decide to go actual Esper, but that's again a little dicey when our fixing is so weak.
Yeah, our fixing feels pretty bad. I do like Lion Sash quite a bit.
There's also Thieving Skydiver.
I know. We also don't really have much removal. We have this Dam and Path to Exile, and probably would love like 3 removal spells.
Yeah, Seal might be reasonable then.
All right, let's grab this.
Good way to deal with Planeswalkers. So we're not really a Mystical Tutor deck.
We're not a Thalia deck.
No, Thief of Sanity is a great card. Beyond that, there's really nothing. We could just take Mystical Tutor speculatively and hope to pick up something broken. And Mystical Tutor for, like, Mystic Confluence is fine. Also, Mystical Tutor for Lingering Souls can be really good in certain matchups.
Yeah, I think I like the Mystical Tutor here.
Okay. You really don't want to play black.
Well, I would either take that or the Thief of Sanity, but, like...
We just passed Strix.
Yeah, are we really going to have enough black land? Like, it just feels like our splashes are going to be... We're going to be struggling with that.
Sure.
So I kind of like keeping the deck simple. Ooh.
That's the best thing we could realistically hope to get this late. Very good pickup. There's the Karn if we want to go down the Arena Rector route. There's more fixing for black, and then there's Winds of Abandon, which is pretty nice here. It's like a spot removal spell that can also be a board sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down with Karn or the Winds, I think.
If we don't take Karn, we're cutting Arena Rector, but that's fine. We already have a lot of top end.
Is this good in like a blue-white deck without
ramp? It's not great. It's fine. Good in some matchups.
I think we should take it.
All right.
I think it sounds fun to have that like little combo in our deck.
Arena Rector Karn.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here for it. Not bad. Now I can take Nicol Bolas.
But you don't need too many of these, do you?
I did play one sweet deck that had Arena Rector plus Karn and Nicol Bolas recently, and I won 1 or 2 games with having both in play. It was just awesome. Like plus Karn, exile a card from your hand. Plus Nicol Bolas, exile 2 cards from your hand, and just like go off. But realistically, we should definitely take Council of Judgment here.
Council of Judgment is a great card.
Yes. Okay. Agent of Treachery is kind of interesting. If we are want more 7 drops. There's some fixing that could help us, but I think we're unlikely to be playing red at this point.
Yeah.
Just slam the agent then?
Yeah.
This is looking like a good deck for Mana Drain.
Oh, this is such a good Mana Drain deck. Just Chain of Vapor for board.
Yeah, Intrepid Adversary is also a decent sideboard card, but we already have Kitchen Finks for that role, so I think I like taking the Chain of Vapor, especially since we passed Brazen Borrower. Okay, Ledger Shredder on the wheel. Although I think the right pick here is probably Signet, given this curve and our lack of fixing.
Yeah. Yep.
Some late lands. We just take the fetchable land. Like this gives us outs to splash green if we get an Oko or something in pack 3. Dude, Zoran Orb, the anti-aggro tech.
You're right.
Honestly playable in some matchups. And then we get Enlightened Tutor is another card that could get there if we pick up a Soul Ring or something, but unfortunately we don't. Okay, so Snapcaster Mage, like Snap Path is fine, Snap Counterspell is great. we really want some card draw, some blue card draw to make this good, but probably is still the pick. Wrath of God is interesting. We could potentially get that on the wheel. Yeah, I think Snapcaster makes sense here.
Yeah.
Our counter magic is weak. We have Mystic Confluence, Mana Tithe, and Counterspell, but we really want a little bit more. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. It's got to be Palace Jailer, right? I mean, we're not a Palace Jailer deck, but...
We are not a Palace Jailer deck, but we do have 2 ways to ramp into it. The power level is insanely high on that card.
Consecrated Sphinx, also great. Spell Queller, also good, not quite as good. Spell Queller could wheel too, right?
Yeah, well, although whoever took Teferi is probably taking Spell Queller. Dude, I never do this. Literally passing Teferi from the first pack and then immediately going to blue-white. That's, like, not good drafting, frankly. But I think this deck is fine. Like, I think it will work out. But someone else is playing blue-white, and that's why they're taking, like, Fractured Identity and Teferi and stuff. I think Palace Jailer probably is the pick.
Yeah.
We'll have to sideboard it out in some matchups, but it's very good. Colonnade's great.
Love to see it.
And again, if blue-white was really open, we could take Marsh Flats and wheel Colonnade, but since someone else is playing blue-white, no such luck. Ooh.
This is my favorite card to have in the deck.
And then we wheel Opposition, go deep.
Oh my gosh.
Arid Mesa is probably the right pick here, but we can take the Elspeth if you want. Like, we already have so many playables, although I guess, yeah, some of them are kind of bad.
I think I'm going to take Elspeth. Me, I just feel like I win games when I play that card.
We like winning games here.
We'll have to see, but...
So we're not the best Treasure Cruise deck. It's fine. Could take Urza. Actually, Urza looks kind of interesting here. We could go with, like, if we have Urza and Karn and then Signets, we could kind of be in on making big constructs. Adeline is not good here. It's a great card, but you really need to be attacking the turn you play it.
Yeah, let's take Urza.
Okay. Okay. Cryptic Command, if we have... Well, are we cutting... if we're playing Lingering Souls, we need that land. We could cut the souls. So Cryptic Command is great, but it's tough on the mana, of course. Not that one. Zagoth. Elspeth Conquers Death is pretty good. Could take Ballista, could take Silent Clearing for the Lingering Souls. Any of those 4 are reasonable here.
Ooh, I think maybe Silent Clearing since we don't have a fetch land.
Okay, I mean, I think, well, how do we think Lingering Souls is better than Elspeth Conquers Death for this deck?
Maybe not.
Lingering Souls is better with a Palace Jailer, like for a Monarch game. Gotta hurry, dude.
I think we take the ECD.
Alright, boom. Wow. Gotta take Miscalculation here. That's a great pickup.
Great pickup.
Alright, we need to make a lot of cuts here. Step 1, Arena Rector. It's cool, but it's good against mono red or decks that need to be attacking on the ground, but we only have one way to kill it. So my Arena Rector deck that I played was 5 color, and I had Grist and Vraska, which are both ways to sacrifice it for value. So it was really good there, but when you're just playing it and hoping that your opponent kills it, it's a little sketchy. Oh my god.
Delete Minskin Boot. What does this thing do?
It's good if you have a lot of creatures. Very good with Palace Jailer and Urza, but we need more creatures to make that work. Uro is also great, but yeah, the power level of this pack is insane, but actually none of it's good for us. You can take whatever. I don't think we're playing any of them.
Yeah, we'll take this Minskin Boo and just ruin someone's day.
Wrath on the Wheel is nice. Kind of funny to play Palace Jailer and Wrath of God in the same deck. Palace Jailer kind of makes you want to have a lot of creatures and Wrath makes you not, but they do also kind of work well together because if you become the Monarch and then sweep the board, then you just win the game. So this is going to be at least a 17 land deck, could be an 18 lander with terrible fixing. Wow.
No one took the Spell Queller.
No one took the Spell Queller. There's also Consecrated Sphinx or Horizon Canopy, although I don't think we really want the Canopy.
Jeez. It feels like we have so many like big drops already that I think we just take the Spell Queller.
Yeah, dude. Spell Queller, Wrath of God combo. Love it.
I know, it's so bad.
That's why you quell your own thing.
I know. That's what I was thinking. So are we actually taking this or no?
Now we are.
Jeez.
I don't think Displacer Kitten is very good, but I think it is probably the pick here.
Don't know what it does.
You got the combo. Opposition is not playable in this deck. Mutavault could be. Our fixing is bad, but I love playing Mutavault in control decks. Oblivion Stone is actually a pretty good sideboard card. But alright, so we have a lot of spells here. We need to make at least 2 cuts, 2 to 3 cuts.
2 to 3 cuts, and then we also figure out our land.
Yeah. I think the mana base will be fine, though, since we didn't take Cryptic Command. We have a lot of double white and double blue, but with 2 duels, it's passable. So, what are the cuts? Snapcaster Mage honestly looks pretty bad here, but I guess with Miscalc plus Counterspell, it's probably good enough. I think Mystical Tutor is not great.
Agreed.
Temporary Lockdown can probably go to the board, especially now that we have 2 Signets and 2 Sweepers. So we could run it like this with 17 lands, 19 mana sources. Could also go up to 18 lands. You don't like Karn?
I mean, he's one of the biggest reasons to play 18 lands. But
Yeah, and now we have 2 Karns.
Jeez.
You don't like having Karn
Oh,
Tribal?
that synergy is too good to pass up on. The question is, like, do we like Lingering Souls with only 1 black source also?
Well, 2 with a Signet.
Oh, right. Oh, that's fine. Not amazing, but...
Yeah. I also, with this many 4-drops and 5-drops and stuff, I do kind of want another land. We could cut a Signet for an 18th land.
I think I'd rather cut Lingering Souls for an 18th land.
Okay, I'm down to that. At that point, Palace Jailer is becoming pretty sketchy in a lot of matchups. But we do have a decent amount of removal to back it up. I wish we had Solitude or Skyclave Apparition. I'm good to cut Souls, though. Then we could cut the Triome and have a slightly more consistent mana base.
I think I like that. Well,
Alright. And we can always sideboard in Lingering Souls against decks that have lots of, 3/1 flyers. No swamps needed. If we had 2 islands, that gives us 9 blue sources and 11 white sources. Alright. 10/10 plus 2 white signets. Yeah, that seems fine. This is 20 mana sources, which is a lot, but we have a pretty high curve and some mana sinks with Shark Typhoon, Urza.
All right, let's do this.
I think this works.
Let's get
All
some
right.
wins.
Blue white baby, let's go. See y'all in round 1. 3. All right, back for round 1. On the draw against Ulysses. Not a broken hand here, but turn 4 Wrath of God can win the game on its own. Greg likes having all these stops because he has no respect for his time or the time of his opponents.
I go by a motto of how you do one thing is how you do everything. And,
you do everything very slowly and inefficiently.
Exactly. All right,
Respect.
Okay, cool. You've got the hotkeys set up properly. Love to see it.
So we're hoping to play against a creature deck here, of course. Mono green would be the best case scenario. No plays until turn 4 against some decks is not good enough, of course. That is the risk of this deck that has lots of 4 and 5 drops. But I do think turn 4 Wrath of God with the mana to cast it is worthwhile to keep. Because if we're playing a control mirror, we have a lot of lands and we're happy to play draw go. And Signet's one of the best draws we could have had there.
I'm starting to get sold on the whole Signet thing, Ben. Sorry.
Playing 4 drops on turn 3 is good, dude.
Turns out.
Okay, happy to see that. Queller, another good draw. Ideally, we use our Wrath of God before we use our Spell Queller.
Or we play Wrath of God with that on the stack. Oh, shit. Are they targeting us?
That would be pretty nice, but they're not.
Boy.
So strong 3 for 1 right off the bat for our opponent. They're also kind of going wide with the third path Iconoclast, which we can beat the Iconoclast, but okay, they leave up mana. That's a little scary. Weird that they did that on their turn. Ooh. So
Wow.
a lot of options here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of like playing Palace Jailer here. Well, it's so risky because then if they remove it and then hit us with 1 and become Monarch, we're just kind of fucked.
Yeah, I think
I
Jailer's
like
not
Karn.
the play.
I think I like Karn.
So the other option is just pass. They've shocked in this rating pool. Could be a bluff. Wait, don't just pass though. Let's think about it. They're pretty likely to have a counterspell unless they're bluffing, but most people don't do that kind of bluff. Queller, we can make them waste their mana, and then we can go for Queller, block, third path Iconoclast, which is nice value. And if they counter it or kill it or something on their turn, we get to untap and resolve one of our 4 drops. So I think that's a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. More consistent.
Yeah, the highest upside play is just slam Palace Jailer and they don't have anything. But
Right.
if they don't have anything, we'll win either way. So we go for the Queller here. Oh, you just... If we get dazed, dude, I'm never forgiving you. Signet does not make mana on its own. Okay, remand. So this is what they probably had last turn. This is much better. We get to tap their mana on their turn. And now the question is, do we go for Karn or Wrath of God?
I think I kind of like Karn. Get a little value.
Karn plus?
Yeah, Karn plus.
That sounds good.
And, I mean, yeah.
So right now they can hit for 5. Cannot quite kill the Karn.
And they could have a burn spell. If they have a burn spell, it sort of stinks to play the Karn and just plus
not
it.
too bad.
But it's not like I would rather have played the Wrath of God then.
Well, if they have burn spell into counter spell, that's bad.
Yeah. I think that given this board state, I think that Wrath of God makes more sense because then
Sure.
we have Palace Jailer if they play a single threat.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna make you do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna just get dazed here.
Yeah.
Unlikely that they have it, but Signet can't make mana on its own. It only makes mana when you float a mana from another land into it. Worth noting that not having a second blue for Colonnade is a little rough. It means that they could play Minsc and Boo, and we can't Colonnade it down.
Yeah, but we hate drafted Minsc and Boo.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, they get to take our Signet. That's fine. This is a pretty good window for Palace Jailer.
Yeah. I hope they play.
Suspicious Stowaway. Okay.
Is Palace Jailer better than playing Karn?
Maybe not. They both essentially give us a card every turn.
Palace Jailer, it's easier for them to deal with Karn than it is to deal with the Monarchy, right? Like, most likely.
Probably, but Palace Jailer is our only answer to future threats. I was thinking Palace Jailer originally, but actually I'm kind of leaning towards Karn now.
Okay. And I think we just play our land first because all our lands come into play untapped.
Sure. Gonna definitely draw a Hallowed Fountain and have to asterisk that, but that's okay. I guess the other downside of playing land first is that it lets them know that we don't really need lands that much.
True.
Nice, we do hit Hallowed Fountain and Plains. They're gonna give us the Plains though, of course, so pass back. And this is a pretty good position. Karn is much better than Dak Faden in this situation. We have an answer for their next threat. It would be nice to have a second blue source for Mystic Confluence, so we might have to minus Karn next turn and then shock Hallowed Fountain, which basically gets rid of any bluffing value. But still seems fine. Hopefully they just play some beefy creature like Consecrated Sphinx that we can take out with Palace Jailer. Not exactly beefy.
I really wish we had 7 lands. And we could hold up Spell Queller as well.
Too bad they used Dak to steal our Signet.
I know. Miscalc would be a great draw.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah.
Or Counterspell, and then we could just grab the Hallowed Fountain.
True.
We should note that as long as they have Dak Faden, making constructs is not a super effective plan. Alright, they pass. Could have Counter Magic up.
I know.
I think we just plus here.
Yeah.
Churn through our deck, hopefully find.
And then do we just
nice
pass
action.
with mana up and then probably... Well, actually, wait. Honestly, minusing, grabbing the Hallowed Fountain, passing with mana up, having Mystic Confluence or Shark Typhoon?
That seems solid. You don't like playing Palace Jailer, I guess?
I think I like passing with mana up a little bit more.
Planning on making a big shark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. In that case, you're right that we should have minus the Karn, though. Shark Typhoon, baby.
Oh,
big
coming
token.
at ya. Shark Typhoon.
Why'd you click on Karn as you said Shark Typhoon? That's misleading.
I know. Well,
That's fine.
yeah, we don't want to quell that, I don't think.
The weird thing with Dak, there's always some risk of milling yourself, basically. They have a lot more card draw than win conditions, it looks like, with Ancestral, Chart of Course, Thirst for Discovery, Dak. They discard Wrath of God and a non-basic. Interesting. So we haven't seen much in the way of win conditions. I'm sure they have something more than just like Third Path Iconoclast. But we might be able to run them out of threats here.
Given that we have Palace Jailer, I mean, the thing I'm most scared about is just like a big Planeswalker.
Yeah.
But...
Ooh, that's actually terrifying. In a long game that can really go wide, it can also totally win the Monarch game.
I think I think we let this resolve though.
I think so too, but I really wish we had Skyclave Apparition. If we can't hit that with Elspeth Conquers Death, we can deal with it. We have that 1/3 mana enchantment. I think that's our only way to deal with this.
And Council Judgment.
Yes, good point.
And I think we just make a Shark to block.
Yeah. Four Shark time.
Let's go, baby.
Retrofitter Foundry is very, very good in the long game, though. I know it's the sort of, you probably don't really know what it does.
I know what it does, but I've never seen it in action. So like I don't know. I haven't just like lost games to it, if that makes sense. So
it's slow, but it just keeps on churning out 4/4s every turn, and it gives them infinite jump blockers. You can like block with your make a 1/1 flyer, block our shark, sack the flyer to make a 4/4. But it's slow enough that it's not. If they're gonna mill themselves soon, which they will, then it's not quite as bad.
It's like, do we even want to kill the DAC, or do we just let them mill themselves? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how good we think our opponent is. I mean, I actually think sometimes people just DAC way too aggressively and do actually kill themselves with it. Smart players will start targeting their opponent at a certain point.
One thing smart players don't want you to know.
You can DAC your opponent.
One trick smart players don't need to know. Can we target them with Ancestral Vision?
Yeah, we can. I've done that before. Okay, they have an Elspeth Conquers Death. They don't have any super scary creatures in the graveyard, but we could still ECD their ECD.
No, well, we can't get our ECD back.
Oh, yeah, it's gone for good now. Okay, we can just close out that window.
Yeah. Lost to the annals of time.
So, go through the graveyard and make sure they don't have any scary creatures. They have the Solemn. That's it. Oh, they could bring back Third Path Iconoclast, but that's not really scary either. So, yeah, the Elspeth Conquers Death is fine. How do we want to proceed?
Feels like we probably are just want to play this island and then just kill Dak and play Palace Jailer on the Monarch.
Wait, we have 7 mana right now, so if we play Urza, we could play Urza and hold up Spell Queller. Like, I think I care more about board position than drawing cards in this spot.
Really? But we're killing Dak, right?
Yeah, I think we should kill Dak. I mean, they can bring it back with Elspeth Conquers Death, but then they're not bringing back something else. I mean, I guess we could play the Jailer.
It just, to me, feels like once we start drawing cards, then we're going to be able to deal. Like, we don't need to be as efficient.
Yeah. I think I'd probably agree, because that also draws us towards Council's Judgment and stuff. Just tap the planes, dude. What? We might draw Counterspell.
True. Just what I was thinking.
Alright, so we're the Monarch. Pretty good spot to be in. Elspeth Conquers Death will make our non-creatures cost more, but Spell Queller still works. They do know about the Queller, which we've had in our hand for a very long time. They make a 1/1 without flying. We do draw the Counterspell, but we actually can't even play it because of the ECD. Glen Lendrup, that's a little scary.
That seems like a Spell Queller target.
Yeah, I think I agree. That's the sort of card that makes us want to have saved the Palace Jailer.
Yeah. And also to not have Dam in our hand.
Yeah, but we probably won't need to play it for a while. If they take out the Queller, okay, Nahiri, that's fine. They could take out our Shark, but then we can kill the Nahiri pretty easily. They can sack the Servo to make a 1/1 with flying. Good draw. Okay, so lots of options here. First of all, how much do we care about the Nahiri?
I think we want to get rid of it. They only have 3 cards in hand. Like, we are kind of grinding them out of resources.
Yeah.
But
if we send, the only way to guarantee we kill the Nahiri is send both of our creatures at it. Which does open up, then they can just take the hit, become the Monarch, and get back. Oh, no, they don't get back Queller, but they're there. They don't get back their Glen, but they would be the Monarch. We should also note that they're going to get back something with Elspeth Conquers Death unless we play Council's Judgment on it. So killing the Nahiri and then just letting them get it back is fine. It does stop them from getting back something else, but we can't keep the Nahiri gone for good.
I wonder it feels like with all the land that they have that the Retrofitter Foundry might be scarier.
Yeah. So one option is just 5 mana Council's Judgment and hold up Counterspell.
Yeah. I feel like we're definitely playing our island.
Yes.
I mean, should we just Council's Judgment on the Retrofitter Foundry now to force them to sacrifice it?
Yeah, I forgot. Then they can't make a flyer. Yeah, good call. They might think we're going to name something else, too. Kind of funny to name a 1-mana card when there's a 4-drop and a 5-drop in play, but I think it is correct here. So let's name Retrofitter Foundry.
Yeah.
And now we can kill the Nahiri while still leaving back a blocker. Yeah, alright. Very good position here. They get to bring back something with Elspeth Conquers Death, but nothing in their graveyard is very scary.
I guess if they bring back Nahiri and then kill our Spell Queller, then we're going to have to counter the Glen.
Yeah, which is fine. They're very light on win conditions from what we've seen so far. I feel like they must have some sort of Elspeth, Sun's Champion, or something. So they do return the Nahiri, no surprise there. Then they take out the Queller, putting Nahiri down to 3 loyalty. We counter the Glen. If they counter back, it's a little bit bad, but not terrible. They put a +1/+1 counter on the Nahiri. Nice. Probably should have done a loyalty counter, but what do I know?
Could be relevant.
Definitely could be. Actually, yeah, because now we're threatening to kill the Nahiri with Palace Jailer. So we go for the counter spell. Do they have the counter back? They're pretty light on counter magic. They have Remand and Glen, but that's it that we've seen for counter magic so far.
Yeah, it's like, what do they have in their hand?
They have lots of card draw and lots of Planeswalkers, but the Planeswalkers don't really, or not even that many Planeswalkers, I guess. They've just played 2.
Feels like something scary is coming down.
Spellseeker, dude, terrifying. Yeah. They're probably primarily playing that to find Ancestral Recall. We'll see if they got Time Walk 2. Nope, but Counterspell. Yeah, I think we're in a phenomenal position here. They're down to 6 cards in library, and they have no real threat. And then we're going to untap and have 9 mana. So we do have mana for Mystic Confluence plus Urza, which is pretty sweet. They have enough mana that Mystic Confluence is not as good. We might have to use the counter target spell mode twice and then only draw 1 card, but that's fine. Pretty grindy first game, but that's what you sign up for when you play blue-white.
I live for this, and you'll notice we do have a time advantage.
Yes, it could be very relevant.
I made my name back in the day timing people out when I was playing my blue-white control with Elixir of Immortality and Sphinx's Revelation. Take me back. It was a simpler time.
Too bad they don't have Sphinx's Rev in the cube.
All right, I think we send the Palace Jailer at Nahiri.
I'm good with that. They could just let Nahiri die and then try to become the Monarch, but they will just mill themselves if they become the Monarch.
Well, but we can play Urza, right? And then we've got Urza plus we can possibly Mystic Confluence back.
Yeah.
That feels reasonable to me. I mean,
They go for the double block. Okay,
That's totally fine.
Yeah, clear board when we're the Monarch. Seems fine.
And
I think we still play the Urza.
yeah, but I don't think we counter back if they counter it.
Yeah.
Which, if they had guys on the board, I think we would want this on. But.
Yes, that's why you attack before you play your spells. They just concede. All right. So, playing against Jeskai Control, their deck, I mean, they have Ancestral, like, they have some powerful cards, but they're very light on win conditions.
Yeah, what does that... Does that make us think differently about anything?
Well, I think Agent of Treachery, Lingering Souls, and Karn, well, actually, we already have the Karn in, but Agent of Treachery and Lingering Souls both become good in a really long game.
Yeah, Lingering Souls goes up in value a lot. Damn maybe comes out? Like, do we want...
We need to be able to deal with the Iconoclast.
Yeah. Alright, I guess 2 board sweepers is fine.
Agent of Treachery is pretty expensive. Maybe we don't need that.
Oh, we also want that land. Triumph.
Yep, over basic. Nope, not that one.
Boom.
There we go, over Island. And then we need one more cut. I think Palace Jailer is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends if our goal is to mill them or to kill them with damage. Or, like, kind of a hybrid. Like,
I think we're just prepared for anything, kind of.
if we want to be prepared for anything, we should
I think
probably
Mana
keep
Tithe.
in two...
We cut Mana Tithe.
Oh, good call. Yeah, I like that plan.
Because it's going to go long. Make them pay 1 more is not as valuable. So,
Yeah,
Alright, boom, this is our deck.
beautiful.
And you know me, I'm not much of a sideboarder. Ben and I play sometimes in this weekly vintage cube. A guy who went to the same college as us has this amazing, not quite a vintage cube, but legacy cube.
Yeah, there's no power, like Power 9, but there's like Gaia's Cradle, Demonic Tutor, like very good stuff.
And Ben can attest, I don't sideboard and I always draft blue.
Yep, and he always goes 2 and 1.
No, those are fighting words. Alright, I think this is a keep.
Yep, we love 5-landers here. We have double blue, double white, we have our black land. I do think we play the Triome here. Sometimes you want to hold the land of cycle with a 5-lander, but when it's our only or one of only 2 black sources for Lingering Souls, and we're playing like a slow matchup, I think we like getting the land down. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. They can get a lot of value again. Yeah, that's actually a huge problem. It totally invalidates Palace Jailer and Miscalculation because they can just make 1/1s every turn. It's slow, so if we just end up playing a draw-go game for a while and then eventually finding a sweeper... Oh, don't play planes, yeah.
Well, but we'd probably be miscalculating rather than counterspelling.
Yeah, true.
So, and then this way if we were to draw Council's Judgment next turn...
I still don't think we would necessarily want to jam here, but yeah, it's defensible to play planes.
Defensible. Love to hear it. Do you know what I always think of whenever I see Palace Jailer?
What?
Think of that Taylor Swift song where it's like, I don't know. I wish I were better at singing. I'm not very good at it, but it's like
Belt it out, dude. All you need is confidence.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then I can sell out all the stadiums.
Yeah, dude.
I can be the number one. Okay, well, I think we should cycle Miscalc.
Really?
I mean,
I don't think so.
Our boy's just gonna keep fucking.
It's just slow though. We have 2 sweepers. We might need to cycle it later, but I don't think we need to rush.
Okay, I disagree. You know what? I really should have taken matters into my own hand right there. Yeah, I mean, because he just keeps making 1/1s. It's not that slow.
It's not that fast.
True.
You go to 17. They have 3 power on board at the end of the turn.
Yeah, but we don't have plays.
I do agree with cycling at the end of this turn. Yeah, we don't want to kind of consider. Ancestral would be a different matter.
And I was just holding down A, so I would have not countered Ancestral.
That is foolish.
It's very foolish. Okay, but yeah, there's a song where like Taylor says like, he can be my jailer, I can be his tailor, or I don't know, something like that. And I think of that song every single time I see Palace Jailer.
Yeah, nice.
Taylor's Jailer.
All right, I'm on board with cycling Miscalc here if you want to.
All right, I think we do cycle. Pow.
Hopefully it's another land. Dang. All right, let's wait one more turn before doing that.
I agree with that. And do I wish we had Miscalc right now? I do. I do wish we had Miscalc in hand. Absolutely.
So here, yeah, they can make a 4/4. Hit us for 5, down to 12. But then we can take out their thing with Seal from Existence, hold up Counterspell, and then next turn play Palace Jailer to take out the 4/4. And the 1/1 isn't too bad.
Yeah, knowing that we have Palace Jailer in our deck, I actually think they should just be prioritizing 1/1s as opposed to pushing damage.
I don't know if I agree with that. They're pretty light on win conditions.
I don't know.
You're just always primed for a resource battle, which it often becomes, but not always.
That's how it was growing up. You know, I grew up with...
Elixir of Immortality. If they had Elixir, then they should make a 1/1 for sure.
Well, I grew up with having a brother. You know, we were always trying to fight for resources, our parents' affection. I'm sure you...
in a scarce world.
Oh, that's why I have such a scarcity mindset.
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either.
Maybe you do in Magic, though.
I just love having more cards in my hand than my opponent. But, I mean, you had a brother, too.
Yeah?
Can't you relate? You've always got to be... All right, I do think we counter this. Rematch.
Sure. It's a little scary. They get to do whatever they want. We haven't seen any scary things, though. It would be bad if they played, like, Elspeth Conquers Death.
Jeez. I feel like it's not... I feel like we probably should just let this go back to hand, but I think I'm going to counter this. Fuck.
It's such a rogue move to just say that you're going to take the wrong play knowing that it's the wrong play.
Jeez. But we're kind of screwed, because if they just make...
Yeah, I mean, actually, if they just hit us for 6 here... Yeah, I think we actually do need to counter this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, they could easily slam something that wins the game here, but we can't really beat this Retrofitter Foundry. Do you believe that it's good now? They just played it turn 1, just tap 1 land, play this, and it warps the entire game around it.
That's not bad.
If we were playing like mono red, it's not as good because it is slow, but it's very good in the control mirror.
And we could have taken this and had it in our deck, is that right?
I don't think so.
Did we ever see it or no?
I think I mentioned it at one point, but we didn't actually see it.
Okay.
There's the Ancestral. Probably going to have to be settling this one in game 3.
Most likely. But, you know, we'll try to run their clock down a little bit.
That's not what I'm thinking about, but we could still win. If we find a board sweeper, clear up the board, and we're going to 6 here, but we have good things to play to the board. Playing Palace Jailer is sketchy because they can become the Monarch back. Ooh.
Is that better than Palace Jailer? Unclear.
So, okay, let's spin it out a few turns. We play Palace Jailer, take out their construct. They swing with both servos. We block one servo. They become the Monarch, but then we can attack back with Lingering Souls. They'll be the Monarch for 1 or 2 turns, but then we can probably eventually get it back with Souls. Versus if we play Lingering Souls, we can
double spell. Well, we can play. So we could play 5 mana right now. If we do Lingering Souls, you can do boom, boom, have 4 1/1s, which feels really good.
We could also play Urza and then tap the artifact to play Lingering Souls.
That's the play.
Yeah, I think I agree too. Because Urza holds back the 1/1s very well, and we can chump block the 4/4. Then we don't need to worry about letting them be the Monarch until later.
Does it matter what land I play?
No. It does matter that they don't counter this though. If they counter this, the game
They have
ends.
no blue lands.
Force of will, bro.
I know, but like we didn't see
They
that.
can also kill the Urza in response to this. Nice.
So how does this?
Urza turned all of your artifacts into Mock Sapphires.
First time I've ever cast Urza.
Really?
Yeah.
It's surprisingly good. It gives you a mana sink, and it gives you mana, and it gives you board presence all at the same time.
I mean, I've seen you play with it before, and it's been good, but I just I haven't played with it before myself.
It's obviously better when the construct is not a 1/1, but still good.
They have kind of a kooky deck over there.
They do. I think they have a win condition we haven't seen yet.
I agree. What do you think it is? Elspeth?
Elspeth or Omnath? Did you just pick up a knife?
I did.
Should I be alarmed?
You probably don't need to be alarmed, but I was hoping to show the viewers some knife tricks.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah. I don't have a butterfly knife, unfortunately, but I've got this nice Benchmade knife. You too can get a Benchmade knife. Benchmade, thank you for sponsoring this video.
#ad.
Stick with us while our opponent is tapping our lands while I tell you about just how sharp this knife is.
Do you think they're going to take out Urza or Seal from Existence?
I think Urza, because like they're probably like thinking that they're gonna like push more damage that way, and that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
This be my guess.
You are correct. So do we trade? I think we should chump block the 4/4, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, well, let's think about it. If we just trade down servos, go to 2, we haven't seen any burn, right?
Yeah, no burn.
Then we play Palace Jailer and Flashback Souls, take out the 4/4. We have 4 blockers against 2 attackers, and we're the Monarch.
And if we go for these, if we do this other one, I think that the killing the 1/1 just doesn't matter, and having 3 extra life could be relevant.
I think that killing the 1/1 absolutely does matter in a Monarch game.
Okay.
We only have 1 blocker that can block it profitably. This is definitely risky, but I think it's the way to play towards a position where we're actually ahead, rather than just like hanging on by a thread. The classic thing of play to win, don't play to not lose.
But you can also play to use up your opponent's clock.
I don't agree with that in principle. So we Flashback Souls, play Land Palace Jailer, take out the 4/4 construct, which means even if they do become the Monarch, they don't get anything back. And now the board is pretty stable, and we're going to be drawing cards. They're going to not get to use the 3rd chapter of Elspeth Conquers Death, probably. Our hand is obviously nothing, but if we're drawing 2 cards a turn, that will be remedied pretty quickly.
If they burn us out,
Then we'll win game 3. Ooh, Wrath of God, alright. Of course, right now we're ahead on board, but we're expecting that will change pretty soon. We want to find counter magic from this position. I don't think we have any life gain in our deck. Thieving Skydiver to steal our construct. Okay, that's going to become pretty big against with a 3rd Path Iconoclast, but we have the Sweeper, which we may just have to use here. That's the problem with being at such a low life total. Although I guess we do want to wait to sweep until after Elspeth Conquers Death pops off. Glenn, oh boy.
jeez.
So we're dead. They don't have any attacks this turn, but next turn we're dead on board.
DOB.
DOB. Snapcaster Mage, pretty good draw.
I mean, it feels like we've got this window to kill the Glen and
Kill half of the Glen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just gonna bring like. How do we win if they just bring back something with Elspeth Conquers Death though? So, but I guess yeah, the Wrath just gets countered otherwise, so we probably do have to go for it now.
Yeah.
And then they can just like bring back Thieving Skydiver. Yeah, I think. Well, what do you think?
Oh boy. I think we have to just cast Wrath.
Let's attack with everything first.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if they trade Glenn with Palace Jailer.
God. I want to live in that world. In that simulation, sorry.
It kind of gives away that we're going to sweep the board, but that's fine. Okay. So we get in for 1, then we sweep the board, hold up, and it costs 6.
I'll just play this island now. Bluff the mana drain.
And we draw a card in a turn. We should have held up White Source.
Yeah.
Ancestral is not exactly what we're looking for at this stage of the game.
Not exactly.
So they get to bring back one of their things, and then what are we hoping to draw?
Removal spell, like Path to Exile on Glen, and then we do Snap into Wrath of God or something.
Yep. We do have enough mana for Council Judgment into Snap Wrath of God as well. Although they're also the Monarch now, and they're just ahead on cards, so it's going to be really tough. But our out starts with drawing one of our 2 removal spells that we could draw here: Path and Council's Judgment. Karn. So we're just dead. Even if they counter that, we don't have enough for Snap Wrath.
Let's
Well, if we play Karn and then hit Path to Exile, wait, just leave up 2 white.
Yeah.
And then we Karn plus and hit path, snap, path. We could also, if they counter this, we could actually survive, but they don't. So we have to plus, because they can kill us in the air right now. And then if we hit path, exile, and something else, and they choose to give us the path for some reason. Okay.
I'm conceding.
You're not going to make them waste another 10 seconds, dude?
Oh my gosh. If that's the death of us, I'll feel bad.
We're just going to win the game fair and square.
Let's go.
All right.
You know what I say? I say run it one time for the good guys.
I think that game is totally different if we... Oh, wait. Temporary lockdown is interesting.
Yeah.
Too late now. But that's good against Retrofitter Foundry and their other dude.
Great starting hand. Reasonable starting hand.
Mediocre starting hand, dude. But it is a keep. There's no castable spells.
Yeah. I actually thought that this was the other Karn.
But yeah, I think we should have probably cut one of the signets for the temporary lockdown. We'll see if that comes back to get us. They do have the Retrofitter Foundry once again. We have Seal of Existence in our hand. Hopefully we find another white source soon. And we do.
So let's drop Hollow Fountain.
Dude, we're going to get wastelanded.
Shit.
I think it'll be okay. So they're just going to pass and hold up using the Retrofitter Foundry. We'll play the Seal from Existence. Oh, no land. Okay, do we want to cancel Judgment or Seal?
I think we just cancel Judgment.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think we seal, actually.
Just because I said that, or...
What?
And now if we can resolve Palace Jailer, the game just ends.
Yeah. I wonder...
Play
Iconoclast.
Iconoclast. Oh.
I mean, we've only seen Remand.
Yeah, I think we jam.
Yeah.
It does mean they get to play Remand and draw extra lands if they have it.
I almost wonder if they just F6 through their turn.
Possible. People keep some pretty loose hands though sometimes.
True.
They do hit their third land drop. Probably just gonna pass with Thirst for Discovery up. Oh no, they tap out for Spellseeker. They can get Ancestral. It's awkward to Palace Jailer this because they just get more value if they can become the Monarch, but I think our plan is to just not let them become the Monarch.
Which I like as a plan.
Yep. And the alternative of just passing seems clearly worse when they have Ancestral in hand and will just outdraw us in a long game. Okay, now we're the Monarch. That feels good. Double Sweeper. Council Judgment. Great position here, honestly.
Yeah.
We just sit back on our removal and draw 2 cards a turn, and they are forced to make the first move, so we can always respond to it. Our hand, like with no counter magic, we do need them to be making moves at sorcery speed, but they kind of have to do that. Oh, that's game. GG. They become the Monarch, they get back the Spellseeker, and now it's going to be very hard for us to regain the initiative.
Shit.
We hadn't seen that card yet. I don't think we misplayed at all by not playing around that, but it seems almost impossible to win now. They have to discard 3 cards to hand size. We could sweep the board here. Not that their board is that scary, but it will become easier for us to become the Monarch if we can clear away their creatures.
If we draw a land, I think we want to sweep more.
Yeah, and set up for Karn. I agree with that. And against a deck that's light on counter magic, Karn could completely take over the game.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that was insane. All right, I think we sweep. Yeah. And we just doesn't matter.
Probably not. Probably not. We can just play Dam. If they played Iona, Shield of Emeria, then Dam is really good, but I don't think they're going to play that card.
I do love that little corner case, though.
Well, and the case where it's worse is if they've Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Probably neither card is in their deck, but...
Yes, exactly. So... Best case scenario, they tap out for something dumb and we can miscalc it. Iconoclast.
So
okay.
That resolves, and then we probably are going to cycle miscalc just
we need to hit land here.
Yeah.
And if we can resolve Karn, it doesn't become the Monarch, but it will be very good. They have Elspeth Conquers Death. That's the only good answer to this that we've seen so far.
Which I bet they have in hand.
You think?
Yeah.
Based on what?
Just a feeling.
Well, they don't have a second white source.
True. But
our hand is pretty forced here. We need to go for it. Unfortunately, we don't. That actually can let us become the Monarch, though. Okay, that's actually like the two best draws that aren't a land. Now we can pass back and threaten to become the Monarch with Counterspell up, and then we can even sweep the board to prevent them from becoming the Monarch right back.
Do you think that we should do an ambush on the Iconoclast?
I think so.
Yeah.
Getting that 2-1 off the board is pretty relevant. They're likely to do some sort of shenanigans here, but we have the Counterspell at the ready. I was worried you were going to tap the second blue source. Counterspell, I think we counter back.
Yeah, I agree.
Smart to let them make the token first, though. Alright. Queller's in there. Queller's blocking. And then Queller's becoming the Monarch, baby. Let's go,
baby.
I actually think if this works, we're in a solid position. They just passed. We become... They do draw their card, but then we get to become the Monarch. Karn Tribals is online.
So send the boy in. And then are we just sweeping to stay Monarch?
No. We play Karn.
And
if we just pass back the Monarch, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, our cards are better than their cards. I think we want a Karn Plus. And Karn Plus... Oh, I forgot we were going to get the Palace Jailer back.
Oh, my goodness.
Now maybe we go Karn Minus.
Yeah, because then we're going to get to probably stay Monarch.
It does mean we're going to miss this land drop, but that's okay.
Yeah. IDGAF.
So we make a 1/1. Not exactly the most imposing creature, but any creature can block here. That Signet could have been a temporary lockdown.
50% chance. Schrodinger.
Here they play their Elspeth that Conquers Death. Nope. Elishnorn. Oh my god.
Wait, are we fucked or no?
I mean, kind of. Like, we can. They're gonna become the Monarch. Or they can kill our Karn. Their choice.
But then we can become the Monarch back because our Queller's not dying.
Yeah,
which
we
is
need
huge.
to take out their Elishnorn so that our Queller has more than 0 power. Now they decide Monarch versus Karn. They probably want to kill Karn. Okay, I think we're happy about this.
Jeez, that was an insane card for them to be playing, but to play, but like also like
definitely beatable.
Yeah, so beatable. Like
Emery's fine. Although at this point, it's kind of they have 10 cards left. At this point, I think we just don't even worry about the Monarch. Let them be the Monarch and just mill them.
Really? No, I don't think so.
They have 9 cards in there. The Monarch. I mean, are we just gonna let them untap with Emery? That seems bad. They can play, like, Metamorph from their graveyard.
That's a little scary. I didn't really know what Emery did, if I'm being honest.
Let them play artifacts every turn.
So you're thinking we just Wrath of God them? And then, yeah, that seems reasonable.
So let's start by plussing. Or, wait, do we want to plus Karn? Or maybe we want to minus Karn, actually. So we can threaten to become the Monarch. But if we plus Karn, it can hit a land, which sets us up for other Karn. Although I guess we're playing Signet, so we have Karn. Yeah, so
wait, so we do Signet into Wrath of God into Ancestral Vision.
Yeah, and probably plan on targeting them with Ancestral.
Yeah.
I know you only think about resource advantage, but sometimes there's more to life. Please play the Wrath before.
Yes.
I do not want to get dazed into oblivion here.
Oh my gosh. The boys would be so sad.
So now we can make a Karn token and suspend Ancestral and pass. So we're back to a head on board with a great hand and a high life total. They're down to 9 cards in library.
And ahead on time.
This game is not going to go to time, dude. There's going to be like 4 more turns tops. I guess it could.
So ECD is probably the scariest thing that they could have.
Yeah, but then they take out Karn. We take out the ECD with our other Karn. Okay. So both of our sweepers are gone. We don't have great ways to remove their threats at this point. But we don't care that much about the Monarch, and their creatures are small.
Right. And it doesn't seem like they have ECD, and if they draw it late, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Them being the Monarch is almost... It is kind of bad for them. I mean, we win when our Ancestral Vision comes off, most likely.
Glenn, that's very, very bad.
Yeah.
We need to just jam into their threats, though, because we need to... we just want to take as little damage as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was probably the best draw.
Yeah, so...
Plus Karn, of course.
And then we're probably just playing on Shark Typhoon to ambush.
Yes. Land pass, so they'll give us the plains.
Ooh,
Do we want to jam Council Judgment 2? Then we can make a 3/3 Shark, which is still big enough to eat the Glen, although not big enough to eat the Construct. If we go for Council's Judgment, they Glen it, then we can Shark, ambush Glen, and then set up to resolve
better.
Karn. Yeah, I think so too. And if they just let the Council Judgment resolve, that's also better.
Yeah.
Very interesting game, very swingy.
Yeah.
Alright, so we pass, make a Shark. Ambush the Glen, which will mean we're taking 5, but that's okay. And we could actually become the Monarch if we wanted to, but I think we don't.
I don't think we want to, yeah.
They can also kill our Karn, so we need to decide if they send the Thieving Skydiver at Karn, we could do that instead. Wait, they send... Is the Construct going? No, just Thieving Skydiver. So actually, I think we just keep our Karn then, and we can grab Path if we want to.
Yeah, that's better. For sure, because that does the same thing.
Shark Typhoon is one of the best cards ever printed that we could have there, honestly. Instant speed, creature that draws a card. Like Restoration Angel would be good too, but the fact that it draws a card, pretty nice,
quite
uncounterable.
Strong.
Now they play the ECD. Oh, nope, they have another huge thing. What could be this much mana?
Dude, I knew this was going to come down to resources.
I don't think we could have necessarily played in a better way for a resource battle like this.
I hate seeing this much mana being tapped.
Walking Ballista? Hangerback Walker,
That's so fine.
So fine.
Jeez, I was so afraid.
So they draw down to 5 cards. Our Ancestral takes down to 2. Nice. So we can minus Karn to get Path, which I think is worth it.
Agreed.
Then we can play Path on the Glen, and then play Karn. They can counter this if they want to, or just let it resolve. Doesn't really matter. And then do we want a Karn minus on the Hangerback?
I think, yeah.
Dude, are we going to get Spell Pierced?
I think no. They just countered our thing, so that's good.
Yeah. So if they can remove our Shark, then they do kill one of our Karns. But we have the other Karn, and they're not dealing with us. This also shrinks their Construct, which now means that it trades with our Shark. We could become the Monarch, but we definitely don't want to do that here.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you this was going to come to a non-resource game.
Wait. Hang on. Well, okay, yeah.
We're on the mill plan here.
Yeah, we're on the mill plan. No, I think so too, but I was wondering if you can be on the mill plan and we can still draw cards, like
Yeah,
especially because
that's
we're going to be, since it's coming off in 2 turns, then us getting to draw a card at the end of our turn.
Sure, but we just don't need the card. Like, we have Mystic Confluence. We have everything we need already.
I got everything I need right here.
Solemn is fine. Dude, I think we're just going to win this.
Dude, that's insane.
Wild match.
That's so wild.
Do we want to chump block this Construct with our Shark?
Most likely, yes, I think.
I think so too.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't really care about the Shark or the Karn, to be honest.
Well, hang on. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine.
I mean, plus Karn and pass with Mystic Confluence up. They draw down to 3. Our Ancestral goes down to 1.
Oops.
I guess we're very likely to just hit a land there, so maybe it is better to keep the Shark. I don't think it matters too much, though. Should have played the Plains for information, but also doesn't matter.
Oh, right.
We pass back with Mystic Confluence up, but there's no way they can win this turn, I think.
Well, Who can say?
I mean, if they could deal with our seal, they could make a bunch of 1/1s, which would grow their construct, but then we could bounce their construct. Another huge thing. They've tapped a lot of mana this game. Cauldra, jeez.
So wait, we should counter this?
Yeah.
And we
So counter, bounce the construct. We don't care about drawing cards here. I know that's contrary to everything you believe in.
Oh, wait, counter. Oh, yeah.
So we target the Cauldra with a counter twice. And then bounce the construct. Tap 7 lands because of the Elspeth Conquers Death. Just taps lands.
Yeah.
And they don't have a counter back, probably. And they have 2 cards, then we target them with Ancestral. What a wild match. Oh my god. This is pretty much as long as... Oh, do they have a Queller?
Are they...
No, they can't quell it. Oh, they pay 3 the first time, but they can't pay 3 the second time. Wow. They slam a 10 mana play, 7 mana play, another 7 mana play. We don't even care. We lose our Karn, and then on tap an Ancestral targeting them.
That's insane.
They draw down to 1 card. They would only get 1 more turn anyways, but this means they get no more turns. Correct. Ancestral Vision, targeting the opponent.
Boom.
We're 1-0. Bit of a grind in the first
it.
round, but we got there. That was sweet. See you in round 2. Alright, we're back for round 2. It was an epic battle in the die rolling. We both rolled 2 2s in a row, but then we got a 3. We're on the play. Sketchy hand. We need a land pretty badly. Very high upside though. Yo, Greg! Greg's in the bathroom. He'll be back in a second. So, Greg has returned. Bit of a land light hand, but I do think we keep it. Very high upside, and we can cycle Shark Typhoon.
Are you choose to play first?
I did choose to play first without even asking you, dude.
Oh my goodness. Alright, let's keep this.
So turn 1 tap Hallowed Fountain. We're playing 18 lands plus 2 signets, so we're very likely to draw a mana source in our first couple draws. And if we can just ram out Palace Jailer there on turn 4, that could win the game on its own.
Yeah, especially if we can cycle it. Like, and we could consider playing a Snapcaster Mage as an Ambush Viper.
If we draw a land, I like that plan.
Yeah.
If we miss the land drop, we need to increase our chances of hitting the 3rd land. But yeah, turn 1, 2-1, turn 2, 1-1 flyer. Looks kind of anemic until you play the turn 4 Palace Jailer. And then the opponent concedes. DJ, BMP, PWNS.
No,
man hates
no
vowels.
vowels. Yeah.
Okay, that's not what we wanted to see. I think we have an okay mono red matchup. We have Batterskull on the board, but it's scary, and we definitely want to cut Palace Jailer in this matchup.
And it's also not a resource battle.
All right, I think we do go for the Ambush Viper here.
Agreed. I hope that they play like a dashed Ragavan that we can just trade our Snapcaster with.
Yeah. I hope they just F6 through their turn.
Yeah, no attack even.
They're not F6ing through our turn. Greg, stop peeling off your skin.
Yeah. Is that visible to the viewer?
I don't think so.
Phew. My goodness. I got some pretty bad sunburns, boys.
Should I expose you? Pull your arm out in front?
Yeah, well, Ben and I were at the beach yesterday.
Yep, great beach day.
What was your favorite part about the beach yesterday?
I mean, just going in the water, it's freezing cold, but you really feel alive when your heart's about to stop.
I don't know if I would say it was so cold that I felt like my heart was about to stop.
You have a strong heart then.
I do have I've got a big heart.
Big heart Greg.
Big heart Greg, that's what they call me.
BHG.
I mean, I do think that your heart size is probably correlated to your size, like your human size.
Yeah. That's fine. Do we trade Snapcaster Mage still?
I think yes.
Yeah, I would rather ambush the Monastery Mentor, but man, they're playing Monastery Tribal over there. So we block here, and then top deck a 6-drop, nice.
You hate to see it.
So if they don't do anything super good here, and we can make a shark, untap Palace Jailer, take out the Mentor, we're in a phenomenal position. But it's pretty likely they're going to do something problematic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess we're hoping for like anything is bad, honestly, because even making a token would make it harder for us to maintain Monarch status.
F6 for their turn isn't bad.
True. Karn, Sign of Urza is bad.
I hope that they plus instead of minusing.
Me too, but they will almost definitely minus. Rats. We still need to go for the shark. We're not going to chump block here.
Yeah.
I mean, on board, if we find a land in our top two, we can still be the Monarch, and I think that might be what we have to go for. I guess we could play Urza first.
Interesting.
That's a good draw. Okay, interesting. I think we play Urza. So if we play the Palace Jailer and they don't have a removal spell, then we're way ahead. But
they're reds.
The odds they can't kill a 1/1 seems pretty low. So I think we just play Urza, stabilize the board a bit. Wrath of God is a really good draw because now we don't need to worry about them making big constructs with Karn. I honestly think we hit the Karn for 1 here.
Yeah. Except that then I don't know.
They'll plus the Karn, they'll get a land, that's fine.
I want them to minus the Karn now.
But they wouldn't have minus the Karn into the Shark token either way.
Maybe we could have tricked them.
With our onboard.
Like typing into the chat, like, we won't attack with the shark.
Oh, nice, yeah. It's a good line. They don't really have very good attacks here.
So let's just draw land and play these cards in our hand. Like, does that work? Does that strategy plan work?
Works for me.
Give them the guide?
Yeah, hopefully they play it. Skull Clamp.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because now they're ahead on board and ahead on life and ahead on cards and ahead on mana.
And ahead on time.
Yeah.
Most importantly. What?
What is surprising about that?
I don't know.
Now they can attack through our Urza. I mean, our hand is stacked. We could just take a hit, and then if we draw land, we can slam Elspeth. No.
Shit.
Okay.
So
we definitely want to block the Mentor with Urza.
Yeah. And we could send everyone at Karn. We also no. Well, okay.
You want to take out the token? Palace Jailer?
Yeah, and then we send all the boys at Karn.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna become the Monarch.
Right, but then we send our Shark in, become the Monarch, and then sweep the board with Wrath.
Yeah, that's good work. They have Path to Exile for a construct.
Could be okay. Oh wait, now they kill Urza.
Yeah, but if we're sweeping the board either way, it's fine.
Yeah.
We need to top deck a land and then play Elspeth.
Yeah.
Although Elspeth actually just dies because they have so many creatures, so we might need to sweep the board first. But we have to draw land. No.
Well, we didn't have to. If we were gonna sweep the board. This turn we didn't need to draw land right there, did we? I mean, it would have been great because.
Well, then we wouldn't even need to sweep the board. Actually, we'd have 4 blockers. We could keep our thing alive. But now we do need to sweep the board. They get to draw 2 cards. We need them to brick really hard from this position. We're at 6. I mean, our hand is still stacked, but we're just not going to get a chance to deploy all these threats. So we're going to cut Palace Jailer for sure. We're going to bring in Batterskull. Probably one other change we could make. I don't remember exactly what we have on our board. Hopefully they just go land and slam Inferno Titan.
The boys need this.
Wow, double Mox.
Give them the planes.
Yeah. Terrifying to play against 2 Mox, Boros aggro.
Yeah.
Pay your...
One more.
No, come on. Showdown of the Scald, okay. They're not adding to the board, really. There's Ragavan. If they dash Ragavan, we can mana tithe it.
Oh, please.
Yes!
Let's
And now
go.
we could become the Monarch. Wait, we actually could win this now.
Yeah.
Although, actually, Sulfuric Vortex when we're at 6 and Char. Never mind. They can just burn us out. We can take over the board, but I don't think we can actually win.
We can...
Yeah, that doesn't work.
So we
We
need
could draw Counterspell.
Yeah, we need to have Counterspell.
And then we just pass without playing anything and hold up Counterspell.
Or Bluff Force of Will.
I mean, yeah, that is one plan.
We shouldn't just give up. That stings.
Signet into Palace Jailer pass.
Yeah.
I also like showing them Palace Jailer because they might play around it in game 2, but we're going to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Their deck is very good. Ragavan, Sulfuric Vortex, 2 Mox, Skull Clamp. So if they just play Char plus Vortex, that's game.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Am I should I counter this one? No, let's counter the Sulfuric Vortex.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, so you gotta give them the
Force
right...
of Will go to 1.
Oh, are they also...
They get Firebolt. Yeah, we're dead a few ways here. All right.
Just like we drew it up.
Yep. So let's bring in Kitchen Finks. Let's bring in Batterskull. Let's not cut our best card.
No, I wasn't gonna do that.
Temporary Lockdown looks pretty good.
Yep. Does that mean we want to get rid of a Signet or no?
Let's see if there's anything that seems worse. Honestly, this should be a good matchup. The Wandering Emperor is also
What about
great against
Karn?
them. Yeah, we can cut Karn for sure.
Cool.
And one more cut. Could be Signet, could be... I don't think we want to cut a land on the play. Yeah, probably Selesnya Signet. Also, we could just cut a land on the play and keep 19 mana sources, since we're lowering our curve a bit.
I think I like it, yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, let's go, baby.
Zoran Orb is also an option. I don't think we need it on the play, but on the draw, maybe.
Cool.
Zoran Orb is good if we get to a point where we're just ahead on board and they're trying to top deck burn. It's bad if they're like still deploying threats and like skull clamping and carning and stuff. Like Zoran Orb is just gonna it's card disadvantage, of course. So we can only play it if we're able to stabilize the board, which I think we'll be able to do often. But that game obviously we were not able to. They had a pretty strong draw with the turn 2 Mentor.
We're gonna teach them the meaning of pain.
Yeah, dude.
You will know the meaning of pain. Is that like Kylo Ren? It's a bad accent on my part. I'll be the first to admit, but
Not
you know
the
what I'm
last
talking
to
about?
admit.
You know, have you seen the new Star Wars or no?
I don't think so. Uncultured
Jeez,
swine.
Jeez. Admitting that in 2023. Oh boy. I don't know if I've seen them all either.
Admitting that in 2023, dude.
God.
You fool.
Oh no.
You've fallen into your own trap.
I followed the trap that I laid for myself. Your audience is going to destroy me.
Is my audience full of Star Wars fans? Let us know in the comments if you think we're foolish people for not having seen all the Star Wars recently.
Yeah.
The first 6 I definitely watched as a kid. I was like into them.
Have you ever heard the theory that Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be like the evil villain of the first 3?
I've heard that. That feels like people that spend too much time on Reddit, but what do I know?
That's one of my favorite conspiracy theories.
It's hilarious to call it a conspiracy theory. Like, so they tried to do that, and then he was received poorly, so they abandoned ship?
Exactly.
I don't know if conspiracy theory is the right word for that, but That would be kind of funny. I hope it's true. Opponent really using their sideboarding time here.
In the tank. In the tank, perhaps visiting the tank.
Perhaps.
Could be.
Perhaps deciding if they should cut Sulfuric Vortex. Who needs blue mana?
I think this is a keep.
This hand's amazing, dude. This is like a snap keep.
Well, that's what I was saying.
We have a turn 2 play of Cycling Miscalc.
Yep.
So if they go 1-drop, like we kind of want to see a Mox here. Okay, no Mox, but Temporary Lockdown will likely get a 2-for-1, and then Kitchen Finks will be like a 5-for-1. We draw a 6-drop, strong.
The force is almost as strong with this one as it is with Jar Jar. Wait, the Sith also has the Force, right? Like it's called the Force for both sides. Yeah.
The dark side of the Force, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I thought maybe it was called something different.
Dude, did you know that there was accusations that Jar Jar was a racist caricature?
Oh my goodness, that's outrageous. I mean, I don't know how to even respond to that. Yeah.
We're happy to see a Mox Pearl here. Hopefully they don't play a 3-drop.
Oh.
Okay, this is fine. Do we play Finks or take out their stuff now?
I think I prefer Fink.
I think I prefer taking out their mana.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because they didn't have a 3.
That's what I was going to say, right after you say the exact opposite. Yeah, dude, I agree with what you were going to say, not what you did say now. Great position here. They're down on resources, they're down on mana. We can play Kitchen Finks and stabilize the board. Temporary Lockdown being a clean 2-for-1 there. And they missed the land drop.
Just like we drew it up.
So, leave up the white source. Now, this is like, our hand is so good, but it's also kind of awkward. We don't really do anything. So hopefully we can find either like 4 mana Karn or some lands. Sulfuric Vortex right after we resolve our Finks. This is fine. We can actually just race.
So we're just going to accept and then just dome them for 3, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we draw a land, we could. Elspeth Conquers Death.
True.
I'm leaning towards no, though. But, I mean, the problem is they do have a lot of burn. So even if we're head on board, oh, man, we wanted to land there really badly.
Mm-hmm.
Playing 18.
18 lands, boys. And other viewers. Wait, what percentage of your audience is?
Like 98.5.
You love to see those
They're
YouTubes.
killing this. So let's let this resolve. The Finks comes right back. And then we can decide if we want to Path to Exile our own Finks end of turn. We don't gain life from this, of course, but that's fine.
How do you say the god's name?
Perforos?
I've heard Perforus. I've heard Furforus.
Furforus?
That was my brother saying that one, but Furforus.
Do you think we want a Path here or just untap?
I think we want a Path. Ugh, I really do.
All right, let's do it. So at the very least, we can play Batterskull and then potentially Elspeth here. Go to 15, that's fine. No!
Dude, this is okay.
It is. We might just want to Elspeth Conquers Death, take out the Vortex next turn and start gaining 4.
That's what I was thinking.
You're so much smarter in your head, dude.
Yeah, I'm not as good at like showing my work, you know? It's like I get to the right answer, but like I just can't show my work.
Our opponent can't show us anything there.
Boom. Hey, do you know what we call that?
What do we call that?
A W.
A W, true. Our opponent's sideboard plan did not pay off. Oh, dude. Arena Rector?
Arena Rector. Red deck. It has to attack.
Yeah. And all of the creatures that we've seen attack on the ground, it is slow. But if like Arena and like not having Karn makes it worse, but we do have Elspeth Sun's Champion.
We can take out Karn Scion of Urza.
Yeah, Karn does seem pretty bad here actually. Yeah, I think I like this exchange.
Alright.
And then wait, before you submit, let's just think more. Lingering Souls is okay against them, but I don't really want to mess up our mana base. We could bring in Zoran Orb on the draw.
Okay, wait, so Karn...
Although Zoran Orb is terrible against Sulfuric Vortex.
But we have so many ways to... We have 2 ways to remove it. This, if we bring in Rector and take out this Karn, then if we had this in our hand, the Elspeth, then we have nothing to get with Arena Rector.
The Wandering Emperor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is still good. It gains life.
Okay, sweet. I just want to make sure we had a backup.
Yeah,
we haven't seen this card yet.
Yeah.
So I forgot it was in our deck.
Do we want to consider adjusting our mana base a bit since we're so much heavier on white now? We actually only cut one. We cut Palace Jailer for. We didn't actually change our mana base that much, but I think it's still probably worth it. Also, do we want Chain of Vapor? It's just like a tempo play. It's card disadvantage, but it's an option. I'm leaning towards no, but I think we should at least consider.
I think no. I feel like we want that more against just like big creatures that like the other person cheats into play.
Yeah.
Do you think so or no?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I also kind of like cutting a land for a Signet on the draw, keeping 19 mana sources, but like turn 2 Signet just helps a lot. We have a lot of like. This gives us a lot more consistent access to turn 3 Wrath of God.
Yeah. You good with this? I cut a Plains for the Signet.
Sure. With 2 white Signets, I think that's fine. All right. Let's get there. Our opponent's going to take it all the way down to 0 seconds again.
Yeah. Run it one time for the good guys.
Hopefully not only one time, because we still need to win the finals, but we'll start with one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't want to ask for too much at once. So let me talk to you more about bench-made knives. So,
Greg's job as a traveling salesman.
Traveling knife salesman is the key, is the operative word. So it's like, okay, you got this knife. They're the highest quality knives that are produced, first of all.
All right, in the world.
I mean, this steel, it doesn't really get dull.
Can you cut diamonds?
Can you cut diamonds? No, but you can cut paper.
Ooh.
You and then just.
Can you cut your enemies?
Well, not in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not allowed to assault people in Massachusetts.
Let's move to Texas.
Are you allowed to assault people in Texas?
I don't know. If you have any viewers from Texas, let us know in the comments if you can assault people.
Have you ever been to Texas before?
No, actually. It's very near the top of my list. I like grew up in Georgia, been to a lot of the southern states, but not to Texas yet.
Do you have any other like big travel plans coming up, like, I don't know, in the next 24 hours?
Oh, let me check. Yeah, in 7.5 hours, I have a flight to Istanbul and then a flight to Bangkok.
Wow.
So if we have any Thai fans there, let me know. I'm going to be in Southeast Asia for 3 weeks and very excited for it. I will miss the last day of Vintage Cube, RIP, but hopefully it's worth it. I'm very excited.
I know you're going to be posting any of like your exploits and like adventures in Thailand to this channel.
I don't have plans to do that. I have a different NSFW channel. No, I may talk about it a little bit, but no concrete plans. Let me know if you want to hear about my trip to Thailand. It will be fun.
And now, if I were wanting to follow what you're up to and like see any like pictures or things that were going on, like, do you have an Instagram or something that I could follow?
I do have an Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. Ben Hill V. I mean, yeah. Honestly, if any of my Magic fans want to follow my personal Instagram, that's totally fine. BenHillV. A lot of travel stuff recently. I actually also have a Magic Instagram, but I don't really post on that anymore. But I'll pull that up too, just while we're on the topic. It's called Benny Hills or Benny_Hills MTG.
What if I wanted to buy you like some street food or something while you're in Thailand? Would there be a way for me to like buy you street food, buy you a beer?
There could be a way to do that, yes. I also have a Venmo. I mean, best case scenario, you just come to Thailand with me. I would love to just hang out in person. We could hit the club. I have some pretty good dance moves in a pinch. And then I also do have a Venmo, which is Benjamin-Hill-4. So lots of ways to support the channel, lots of ways to support
this Thailand trip.
Yeah.
Should be pretty legendary.
Definitely.
So, yeah, one thing that I think people don't think about enough is how hard it is to dance when you're tall. I mean, this is a great hand we should keep, right?
Absolutely. Have you ever just tried being exactly 69 inches tall?
Well, the problem is that I'm not 69 inches tall. I'm 77 inches tall.
Blunder.
Be a big blunder. Really makes you wonder what my parents were doing.
Being tall. I mean, fair enough. I think... Well, it's sort of, if it makes you worse at dancing, but also more the center of attention, that could be doubly bad.
Right. That's the thing. It's a double-edged sword.
You can't get away with just wiggling around a little bit like me.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is if you're standing around awkwardly, everyone on that dance floor can see you standing around awkwardly.
That's the tall, awkward guy. Tag.
Yeah. Okay, let's focus on this game. I've been very distracting.
Sulfuric Vortex kind of sucks. We have Elspeth Conquers Death, but that is going to shut down our Kitchen Finks life gain.
Do we ever just pass with Spell Queller? And then, like, counter there?
If we missed the land drop, no. But actually, given that we did miss the land drop, I think that seems pretty good.
Okay. And then...
The classic Spell Queller with 2 rads in your hand.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah. Ooh.
Honestly, I like quelling this.
I kind of like quelling.
Because also, it's less bad if they get it back later.
Yeah.
You're going to play around Mana Tithe?
I'm just going to play around getting scolded by you.
A much more significant threat. It would be just a disaster if they played Mox Pearl into 5-drop from Queller.
That's what I was thinking.
Nice.
I'm so much smarter than what I say out loud.
Chandra, that's just disastrous. So they're going to minus, probably. Now we need to decide which one of their things to take out. We can potentially kill the Chandra with Colonnade, especially if we draw a blue source. I think I'm leaning towards taking out the Vortex.
I think me too, but it's really stinks to let them untap with Chandra.
Definitely. Really would like to draw a blue source here. But Elspeth Conquers Death will now bring back the Queller soon. Get back the Mox Pearl. Against Chandra, like, obviously, in hindsight, it would have been better to just quell the Chandra if they don't have a 5-drop. Unclear whether or not they do.
It's like, what's in their hand? Probably land. More land.
I mean, I don't know if we can say probably, but we can definitely say hopefully.
Yeah. Well, they probably drew the Mox Pearl in, like, the last few turns, or else they would have turned 2 Sulfuric Vortex to us.
True, definitely.
And then they haven't missed a land drop and they mulligan, so they could have, like, a land-heavy hand. I don't know. Yeah.
So we're hoping to draw a basic island.
Yep. Love to see a basic island here.
Sulfuric Vortex is very good, especially against control. Okay, that works too. Let's still Elspeth Conquers Death this turn.
Yeah.
And now, I actually think we take out the Chandra because we're taking 2 either way from either one. Yeah, and this one, and Chandra just has a lot more versatility. It could, like, hit them a card or something. They get their clean 2 for 1, but Elspeth Conquers Death will also be 2 for 1. Sulfuric Vortex is going to hit us down to 14, but with them only having 2 cards, we're well insulated against creatures.
If we draw a land, we're in a great spot.
Yeah, definitely.
If we miss our land drop, things could get a little scary.
That's bad.
If we draw land, we're still not in a bad spot.
Yeah, well, I think we're behind still, but it's not terrible. There's an argument of just killing the Karn Colonnade. That means we're taking a lot of damage. I'm assuming they're going to make a dude here.
Okay, please.
Okay, hopefully they make a dude.
Flip a land for the guys. For the fellas.
Yeah, I mean, for real. Okay, they do make a dude, so sweeping their board is an option. Come on, good. Nice, although worst land in the deck. So,
yeah.
Few options here. First we go to 12. Shark Typhoon, interesting. So we could just sweep their board. We could kill the Karn. So the most painful option is shock down to 10, animate Colonnade, kill Karn, then take 4 down to 6. Sulfuric Vortex puts us to 4. But then we kill Karn, we kill their board next turn. We could also just sweep their board now, which is probably better. Because then we get to get the Hallowed Fountain into play tapped, which is a big deal. And we can set up next turn for Seal plus Finks. And the Karn doesn't do that much. Like, if they make another creature that doesn't have haste, it's fine. This is a situation where we actually should play Dam. If they play Eidolon and that kills us, I'm going to laugh so hard.
I'm going to cry so hard.
The 2 responses to tragedy. I mean, I guess ambivalence is the third, but nihilism is not for the boys.
No.
We like to care about stuff here.
The boys have been all about experiencing their feelings to the fullest this year.
Yeah, dude. The boys and the girls. And the non-binary people. Them having a 5th land there is great. They make a construct. Looks like they may be out of gas.
Fingers crossed? Are your toes crossed?
Yep.
I can't cross my toes. Can you actually cross your toes?
Yeah, I mean, I have socks, but yeah. I mean, kind of.
Oh, yeah. I got my... Whose toes are more crossed?
Maybe you, dude. And you said you couldn't cross them,
Wow.
so
What does
fake toe crosser.
What does that say about like?
Oh, that's the worst possible last card they could have. That's brutal.
Jeez.
Okay, so
That's insane.
hopefully they play another creature, not another planeswalker. They have a lot of non-creature threats.
So we're probably just sweeping the board again.
Yeah.
Wow, this is crazy. So do we want to draw land?
Yeah. Nice. So unfortunately, we're going to just lose our Spell Queller immediately, but that's fine. Well, what is the argument? No,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I think we just sweep the board and then seal from existence the Vortex. Let them attack with Karn. They can plus Karn. We'll give them a land. Then we kill their Karn with Colonnade.
Hang on, are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think we want to wait until we take out the Vortex before we play Finks.
No, but what if we play Seal from Existence on the Vortex and then we play the Kitchen Finks? Is that bad?
I mean, the board is kind of stabilized there.
It gives us a way to kill the Karn, which is nice.
Well, we can already kill the Karn with Colonnade.
Oh, true. It feels like we're definitely casting Seal from Existence this turn, right? And we're either then damming or we're Kitchen Finksing.
Yeah.
So let's start with Seal.
Okay, sure. We can just look at how the board looks and maybe that'll change what we do.
Exactly. Like it's easier to like visualize it once something has happened.
So if we play Finks, we go to 12, pass back. They have not great attacks.
If they have a removal spell for the Queller.
They still have, I mean, they can hit us with Legionnaire, but that's the only thing that's pretty bad for us.
Yeah. I mean,
And also if we save the dam, then we can just kill their next threat if they have another scary creature. Honestly, I'm on board with the Finks.
Cool. I think I am too.
It's less mana efficient, but I think that's okay. And the Karn doesn't do too much here. Our life total is totally stable. We've also just gone through a lot of their scariest cards.
Yeah.
They could find a way to deal with the Seal from Existence, which will be terrible, but with Ward 3, that could fend them off. Not that many things they would deal with it, I guess. Just like Wear Tear.
So like the scariest thing is like for them to play like a big old artifact to make that construct, but then they can just chump with Kitchen Finks, which, you know.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Another beefy card, man. Showdown of the Scalds. Why do they have so many expensive non-creatures?
Guess maybe they did some good sideboarding against us, but...
Well, I think they played that game 1
Yeah.
too. They just have 2 Moxen, so they can afford to play a higher curve. But that is scary, certainly. We'll see what they hit. Thundermaw, Hellkite, and Elite Spellbinder. So we can sort of mitigate the Thundermaw with Shark Typhoon.
Yeah. Wait, so we would not be able to cycle Shark Typhoon if they...
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy. Hopefully they don't notice that.
And we also don't have a good way to kill the Karn now. But they haven't plussed it yet.
Well, Colonnade, like, I'm not too worried about the Karn here.
Okay. I just mean, like, if we attack with Queller, then they can block with the 3-1.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
So we're really hoping they take the dam. Man, they just keep on having haymaker after haymaker.
Yeah.
They do take the dam. That's great.
That's good, yeah.
They probably did not realize that interaction. Oh my god.
That's insane. I mean, we give them the mentor.
Yeah.
But...
And we have to kill the Karn now.
Yeah.
We can't let them get the Zealous Conscripts. Jeez, this is kind of... They have not flooded at all. They're just like...
Yeah.
Slamming and using all their mana every turn. So if we find a land, we can animate Colonnade, guarantee we kill the Karn, and then leave back a 1/1 shark to chump block the Thundermaw. Nice. I think that's the play. We're going to take a big hit on the backswing. We can chump block the Thundermaw, chump block the Construct, take 8, go to 4, but then gain 2 life back. And then next turn we can sweep their board. And unfortunately, we do need to tap our Queller here.
You hate to see it.
Yep. They can use the Showdown with the Skulls to put some counters on their things, but that's probably fine. They're definitely not going to block with the Spellbinder. I mean, I guess in a way it's good that we got the Zealous Conscript out of their deck without ever having to deal with it. They know about the Dam, though, so they're not just going to jam into it with the Mentor. So we're going to have to deal with this round of... oh, what? We would be thrilled if they blocked it like that. Okay. So we pass. Then we're on chump block duty with a Shark, unfortunately.
Or if they attack with the Elite Spellbinder, we might consider blocking there, and then if we had a 5-mana play...
I think we're just sweeping the board no matter what next turn, right? Like...
yeah, but like I'm just thinking that then it'll make the spell cost 2 less. Like, so... like, you know, then we could play something for 5, you know?
Wait, no. Elite Spellbinder doesn't work like that. It stays. It's just as long as it remains exiled, it costs 2 more.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, they put a counter on the Seasoned Pyromancer. So they're going to have Mentor in hand. They're also going to have Seasoned Pyromancer in Graveyard. And it'll be that versus our Colonnade. And Showdown with the Skulls, yeah, can put some more counters on things. But we get to draw an extra card here. They've gone through a lot of their top end. We have lands to play all of our top end. Our life total is going to be low, but not totally in burn range. I think it's very close after this. If they play the Mentor, we're ahead, but they're not going to do that. So now they just send everything. If they have an instant speed burn spell, they can kill us in response to the persist trigger and win. Firebolt. Targeting our face. This doesn't quite kill us, I think. Block, block. Oh no, it does kill us. Brutal. Makes us exactly dead. It sucks that we never got to get the extra life gain off the Kitchen Finks. Council Judgment's another good draw, but so let's just confirm. I might have done the math wrong, but we blocked there. No, can't block the flyer. Wait. Block the first striker. Kitchen Finks comes back before the damage.
Yep.
Okay, so we do this. We're going to go to 2. They have Firebolt in the graveyard, though. I don't think we can really beat that. Down to 2. Oh, man. We need to top that counterspell now. Wait. Oh, we can almost kill them on the backswing. We can hit them for 9, but I guess that's not going to be enough. Yeah, I think we're just dead. We can sweep their board, hit them down to 9, sweep their board, and then just hope they forget about the Firebolt, I guess. So close.
Is there anything we could have done differently?
I mean, we could have sequenced it differently with taking out the Chandra, the Vortex, like all of our early exile stuff.
Oh, the Mox on the Chandra. That was maybe
if we had quelled the Chandra instead of the Mox.
Yeah. I think that might have been our misplay that game.
I do also think we put ourselves in a position to be ahead many times, and then they just kept on like ripping very well, which like is part of the game. So they have Mentor in hand and the Firebolt in the graveyard. That Firebolt's brutal. If they didn't have the Firebolt, we could have come back. Man, tough game.
Such a tough game.
Yeah, we would have been able to stabilize for sure from this position. They even played in a miscalc. We could have top decked miscalc and won.
Dang it.
Maybe they'll wait one turn and play around counterspell, and then we'll top deck the counterspell.
That would be amazing.
They should definitely play the Firebolt now. No reason to let us untap our mana and give us another draw step, but a lad can hope. They found the line. Rats. Good guy, Greg. Man, close one. Pretty much as close as you can come. We fought very hard. I'm pretty happy with how we played that. I guess we were just going to flood out anyways and lose. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. 1-1. We'll see you in the finals. Oh, all right. We're back for the finals against LaserDog99. Pretty cool name. We're on the play too, which is nice. Do you want to go first or second?
Let's mix it up this time.
You want to be on the draw?
Well, no, be on the play. I normally... Oh, great hand.
Yeah, this hand is beautiful. Oh, you saw this hand and had to roll the chair in. That means business.
We mean business. I mean, we just lost the last game.
True.
Feeling very sad. We did take a moment. One of us laughed and one of us cried.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments who you think which was which.
Yeah. And then the one who cried drowned their sorrows with a delicious cheese and crackers. All right. Black-red is probably a good matchup. We can just play land go and probably not play Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I made myself some cheese and cracker snacks while we were waiting for this game. Just I'm letting the audience know.
All right.
And I can just see them. I'm looking at them right now, and it just looks delicious.
You can eat them, dude.
No, I couldn't do that to the viewers.
You don't want to make them jealous of your cheese and crackers?
No, I mean...
All right, they're going to discard here. Hopefully not playing Reanimator.
We can start putting pressure on them.
No.
Probably not good.
It's not totally unjustifiable, but I don't think it's correct here. All right. Pass again.
Excuse me.
Lots of colors over there. Sure. It's pretty bad against Wrath of God.
You love to see...
You love to see both of those.
Yeah.
We could just take a clean 2-for-1 here, but I think we wait longer. What do you think?
I think that's probably the play. We can also just be casting this too.
Yeah.
If he attacks with the Blood Artist, we could just make a 2/2 to ambush it, or
Yeah, I like that plan.
Make him do something. It feels like he's got enough colors. He probably doesn't have too many counter spells.
Yeah.
This was one thing I feel like I always did with control decks was, it's even though you're planning to sweep the board, you're still just trying to convince the other person to commit more resources.
Yeah, definitely.
And
they kind of have to commit more resources here. As in, we're ahead on board now. Wow, that's a very intense samurai token.
yeah, what do you think of that artwork? Which of these cards do you think is the most intense? Which of these guys do you think most needs to cool off by having a drink at the end of the day?
Definitely the samurai.
I bet this guy does the most drinking.
Yeah, definitely. That's not a doubt.
If you ever find yourself wearing a little skull hat, you know that you've just gotten absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
If you send me a selfie from Thailand of you wearing a little skull hat,
holding a staff.
Dude, you should try to recreate this picture.
All right. Only if you recreate the samurai picture. He has a pretty nice hat too.
This one's so much this one you can just take off your shirt and put something this one's so much harder. I'd have to go to a costume store.
Sure. I mean, is it easy to find skull hats?
No, but I don't know.
I think we just want to take out the Zoko. If we
yeah.
had one more land, we could kill it with Colonnade.
That'd be so nice.
Not quite, so we'll just go Seal from Existence. The way this game is developed, weirdly, having Snapcaster Mage might be kind of nice.
Yeah. We would have done a we would have just hit for 6. He'd be at 11.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
Especially with Colonnade. Ooh. That's actually fine. We just kill it with Colonnade.
Yeah.
The question is, do we path the token? And the answer is no.
Well, what about, do we play Snapcaster to block the token? Probably not now that we have path, right?
Yeah.
Well.
Nah.
How are we going to deal with the 4/4? Wrath eventually?
Wrath, and we can take two hits, then Wrath.
But we're taking 3 down to 9. His deck probably doesn't have that much burn.
Yeah. Although Incinerate, Blood Artist, but I think it's fine. I think we can take 2 5-point hits.
Okay. Oh yeah, and it's a 5/5, so we couldn't even.
We could just path it.
Yeah.
Actually, do we path?
Maybe.
We didn't path. I think that's also fine. Giving them a land could be bad. The longer we wait on the path, the less impactful the land is. Goblin Bombardment. Interesting. So this makes us wish we had paths for sure. Do we path now is the question.
I know. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. With them only having one card. So we took 5 damage unnecessarily, but now they're down. They're very low on resources. Our life total is still fairly high. We can kill the Minskin Boo. They have one card. And then Snapcaster can deal. Snappath can deal with a lot of the stuff they play.
All right, viewers, I apologize. I'm going to eat one of these crackers while I play this turn. They look too delicious. Like, okay, I've got this brie cheese and this tasty little stone ground cracker.
So untap, hopefully draw some action. Nice. Alright, so Anime Colonnade, kill Minskin Boo, hit for 2, pass back. Colonnade, baby. Very good against Planeswalkers. I just love Colonnade. Back in the day, I played 4 in all my control decks. I know these days it's like people play 1 tops. And that probably is correct, but it's very sad.
It's so sad. Beautiful card.
Yep. Weird art, but cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mayhem Devil. They're in on the sacrifice stuff, baby. You love to see it.
This is a fun person to play against. I'm happy we're playing against his opponent.
Yeah. Jun Sack. They're really going deep with it. Bombardment, Blood Artist, Mayhem Devil, so they can deal 3 damage per sacrifice. I think we just sweep the board here.
Mm-hmm.
Could attack first, but you're not that kind of guy.
Mm-mm.
So in response, they're going to dome us for 4. It'll be 10 to 13. We're holding Snap Path and Colonnade. They're top decking with a Blood Artist or a Goblin Bombardment play. This is not exactly what they should be doing here.
Wait, why are they doing this?
Because they're misplaying. Then they target themselves. Alright, this is fine. So we should have stayed 5 life earlier with the path, then they should have hit us for 2 more with a bombardment. That's how it goes sometimes.
And that's how the news goes.
Oh dude, they found an island with our path. That's a little bit bad. We might have just given them the land they needed for Ancestral Recall.
Don't tell me that. Food token?
Okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah, I guess we're probably just pathing that.
Yep. And we didn't need the planes at all, so that's kind of just like a trade. We'll Snap Path, they'll sacrifice the Mayhem Devil to kill the Snap, and then it'll just be Colonnade versus top deck.
Mm-hmm.
I do love our opponent's deck.
That's really cool.
Is it good?
Hard to say.
Maybe not that hard. It could be good. I mean, they have Minskin Boo. They definitely have potential. If they have Black Lotus, Minskin Boo on turn 1, that's good. The sacrifice themes themselves, I'm not sure how strong they are, but hopefully they're cool.
I think we're playing Karn, right?
Yeah. They took a second island over killing our Snapcaster Mage and hitting us for 1. Interesting. That could mean they have a second blue source. Do you want to plus Karn or make a construct? Yeah, I agree. We don't really need a land, which is what we're probably getting here, but... Oh, it was another land too, so good to clear that land out of the deck. Birds of Paradise. Alright, that can kill our Snapcaster Mage. Into Duretti. Duretti's a bit of a problem. The Birds of Paradise can chump block to keep the Duretti around against Colonnade. Okay. So let's plus Karn again. Although we could make a construct now.
Yeah. Let's send the Colonnade in.
Yep. And they can chump block and then shoot our Karn or our face for 1 with the bombardment.
doing this before activating the Karn so that they can't kill the 1/1.
Yeah, good call.
Although I guess we could do Selesnia's Signet and then it would be a 2/2, but
Still, just concealing information.
yeah.
All right, I think I do like putting a construct into play here.
I think I do too as well.
2 as well.
Does that mean that I don't like doing it? Is a double agreement the same as a double negative?
Who knows, dude? I don't not know. All right, Bitter Blossom is a bit of a problem with this bombardment. Their life total is low. So if we make another construct, they can kill our Karn.
But that's okay, right?
I think it is okay. I think we, like, with Bitter Blossom in play, it just kind of becomes a race. I almost want to hit them for 4, but I think it's probably worth it to kill the Duretti.
And we should just do this now.
Yeah. So then we send Colonnade at their face, or at Duretti and Construct at their face. They'll trump block the Construct and sack to kill our Karn. And then just be top decking with Bitter Blossom versus our pretty solid board. And we can start swinging for 10, which is lethal. Interesting. They take the 3. That doesn't make much sense. They definitely need to kill our Karn. So if they're going to be sacrificing something anyways, they might as well have prevented 3 damage. I think it's unlikely to matter though. Yep.
So now we both took an extra 5 and they also took an extra 5.
Yep.
So
for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. All right, up a game against Junsack. Temporary lockdown is good against tokens. I think temporary lockdown is worth it. I also think Kitchen Finks is probably going to be good here. We could bring in Minsk and Boo. Just have a battle of the boos.
I wouldn't hate that, Boo. Do we take out both the signets since we have the lockdown? Actually, maybe 1, but we're on the draw, so we like both signets. But I don't know. Probably. What is bad against them? Nothing in our deck is like really bad against them, I don't think.
I think Palace Jailer is probably a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Against like,
Bitter Blossom, yeah. There weren't a huge number of Elspeth Conqueror's death targets, but
I mean, I think there's enough.
Card.
It's Duretti, hits Minsk and Boo. I think we could cut a Signet or a land here.
Let's cut a Signet.
All right.
Let's cut a land.
Signets,
Let's cut a land.
Yeah, I think that's better. And I think we should... Okay. We added 2 double white cards. I think we should have cut an island. Now we're just never going to draw our second plains.
Jeez. I'll feel so bad. You're good with a keep here?
Yeah. Karn in the opener is pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. You've got the plan. You got the game plan.
Stall until turn 7. Play Karn, win.
And we're not going to be playing Path this turn, so I'm just going to play Island. I mean, we might want to, if we drew Counterspell, we'd want to have Island.
Alright.
I can at least defend my actions. As long as, one thing I've noticed is as long as
now you should have played the plains.
Well, but are we really going to do...
I guess we couldn't draw plains and Kitchen Finks though, so fair enough.
Yeah, as long as I can defend my actions, I feel like you're never going to get mad at me. But if I can't, like, at least give you a reason, like, I can't give you a train of thought that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you might get mad. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you mad, though.
It's rare.
It's rare.
Mayhem Devil. Alright. Well, we can't path it end of turn. Oh no.
What would we have wanted to path it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, one of these islands could have been a plains. It is... Yeah, I mean, if we don't draw another land, that will be bad.
Well, that would have been
for
bad.
3 draws in a row.
Yeah.
Do you think we path here or just take the tit?
I think we should probably path.
We do have Wrath of God.
Yeah, but we don't even have the land to cast it. We're down in plains, too.
Yeah, dude.
I think we path. Because we got the Snappy as well.
So we're just going to let them have lands and not worry about that?
Yeah. I think so.
I do think preserving our life total against a deck that has like Blood Artist, Mayhem Devil, Goblin Bombardment is pretty good. Ready? Okay. We don't really have a good answer for that. Oof.
Do we just, I think, oof, my goodness. I'm tempted to cycle this, but probably not.
I don't think that's correct.
If they play like Minsk and Boo, we want to have it.
Yeah, although
If they don't have a land.
play land,
Yeah.
the land that we gave them would let them pay. The old path miscalculation combo. I used to play path and mana leak in my blue eye control decks, and everyone was like, "But this is a nombo," and they were right, but it was still.
You still had to do it.
Yeah.
You had to have mana leak in your deck.
See, now people are so spoiled. They have counterspell instead of mana leak, and they have prismatic ending instead of path.
And they still can't win.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, I don't think the path mana leak plan would do too well against like Ragavan either.
Yeah, well, you know, the format's changed a lot.
The Meat Hook Massacre. Savage. Not even playing this as a sweeper, just as another Blood Artist.
Jeez.
Alright, now we cycle Miscalc end of turn.
Yep. Who's favorite right now?
The M by a lot. Well, actually, they only have one card. Yeah, probably us. Karn plus.
Yeah, probably.
We're just trying to go Karn into Karn.
Get me to that Karn.
We need to eventually find a way to deal with this Duretti.
Mm-hmm. Eventually being the keyword.
We hit Island Counterspell. They give us the island. Okay. They can theoretically kill a card here, but it would come at great cost. I don't think they're going to do that.
If they did, I'd be quite pleased.
Yeah.
And then, are we just gonna do Wrath of God, or do we just play Kitchen Finks?
I think we play Kitchen Finks.
Yeah.
Let's plus again.
Wait. Well, he's gonna probably kill. Oh.
I think we want to keep our loyalty high on the Karn.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially in a situation where lands are good. Like, when Karn Plus gives you a card no matter what, it's good. When Karn Plus just gives you a random card that does nothing, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to get that temporary lockdown very badly. I think we just play Finks this turn, though.
We do have the snap. Well, I guess that's kind of bad here, but
Yeah, Snapcaster Mage against Goblin Bombardment. Not amazing.
not great.
The Meat Hook Massacre also kind of wrecks Elspeth. They can just kill all our tokens and then kill us. Although, actually, no, they gain life when our creatures die. That's not too bad. I always forget which one is which. This is a classic mistake. They're using this end of turn for no reason. This does, like, the only reason to do things end of turn is if you're using lands that then untap. But for an activated ability that costs no mana, they might as well just take their draw step.
Yep.
They can kill our Karn here. Yeah, they can kill our Karn and we'll lose the temporary lockdown. But if our life total's high, they're just like messing around on the board in kind of a small ball way. And we can just build towards Elspeth Karn, we'll be okay. This might be one of the rare Karn restart the game games. Wait. Should we have Snapcaster Maged here? It would keep the Karn alive. Well, actually, they could still kill it, but it would force them to sacrifice their Bone Crusher Giant to kill it.
Maybe that would have been. Well, we could just exile this thing.
Yeah, well, then they'll sack it.
Alright, I do think we just go this. Wandering Emperor?
Sure. I mean, it's not great. It's just a 1-for-1 trade with Bone Crusher Giant. I think that is fine, though. We're just kind of treading water and trying to hit land drops. And like, oh wait, if they're F6, that'd be great. Okay.
Oh boy.
One more land we find Elspeth. Our life total's high. Yeah, I think we're like way ahead now. Duretti can make 3 artifacts, but luckily Karn is not an artifact himself, so the Duretti ultimate doesn't do anything. The Duretti minus doesn't do anything. They just keep on making 1/1s every turn. Oh no! That's gonna be a problem. We need Karn to save us.
Gulp. Well, but if we just draw a land and play Elspeth, how much trouble are we really in right now?
Well, that's one plan.
My goodness.
That's kind of sick.
That's kind of crazy.
Temporary lockdown one time.
Wait, it's already out of.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Mystic Confluence. Oh man,
Oh,
we're
man.
dead. I think we just main phase draw 3, and because we just need to draw lands to win.
Yeah. Do we ever?
It's like definitely a desperation move.
Do we ever bounce one of the guys?
No, because then they sacrifice it in response, and our Mystic Confluence fizzles.
My gosh, we really have to be confident they're F6.
Yeah. Okay, we do find the lands. Let's just play land pass. We can discard a Signet. I think that is Signet here.
And then what is our turn? Just Elspeth next turn?
I guess so. I mean, we can never deal with all the retrofit. I think it is actually over. Because we can't deal with all the retrofitter foundries. We could try to deal with the Goblin Bombardment and the Meathook Massacre. Six mana. Not a lot of 6 drops that are beatable here. Oh, they might just be making a bunch more things. Yeah, these tokens, dude. Each token represents 2 damage. I think we have to Karn restart the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we go Karn plus, and then Wrath of God the turn after. Yeah, it is too bad the temporary lockdown is gone, because that would be our 1 out.
Wait, but if we play Karn and plus, they can just kill it, right?
Yeah, I guess. So you want to Wrath this turn?
Yeah, I think so. And then we've got Spell Queller.
I don't think Spell Queller does much, but... Ooh, that's interesting. We don't have triple white, or we don't have quadruple white. We really need to cut an island for plains for game 3. I think we still have to Wrath here. I mean, we could just cancel Judgment, take out Bombardment.
That does a lot.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And then we can play Urza. Is it better to play Urza or Queller?
I think Urza.
Okay. Yeah, making 2 blockers seems solid. Good play.
Yeah.
We don't really need this window up anymore, but we can keep it if you want. Of course, LaserDog 99 is going to be playing a cool deck.
I know. It's so true.
They're just sacking their board, which is kind of interesting. It's like...
We didn't even need a Wrath.
Yeah, this is a Wrath that also takes out Duretti, or do we still go for the Bombardment?
I feel like we need to get rid of that Bombardment.
I mean, we're going to 6 here. Yeah, dude, we're just dead. And we're not literally dead right now. Go down to 5, and then on their turn they can kill us. Well, yeah, we got to take Bombardment. Then we play Urza and pass, and they can make 1, 2, 3, 4 more creatures, which they cannot sacrifice at will, but the problem is we're going to need to kill their creatures eventually. I guess we can try to Karn, take out the Meathook Massacre before we kill their creatures. If they play no spells for the rest of the game, I think we could win.
That's a game I want to play. I mean, this is like an outrageous legendary game.
Yeah, I mean, quadruple Retrofitter Foundry with Bombardment plus Meathook Massacre.
Who would have expected that when this draft started off, we'd be playing in a game where someone had 4 of those?
Now they only have 3. We're working through them slowly but surely.
Let's go.
They go up to 21. So, yeah, I think we just go Karn minus on the Meathook Massacre here. And hope for the best. 5 life is pretty low. I do think this is a good matchup, though. Even if we lose this one on the play for game 3, I like our position. Could be an Arena Rector matchup. Probably not, though. It's weird for a Wrath of God to be so bad against a creature deck.
Mm-hmm.
You a little sleepy over there, Greggy?
Well, they're not doing anything.
They're pondering, dude.
I'm a little...
You don't count pondering as something?
No, that's a good question. Is pondering doing something or doing nothing? I'd say doing something.
Does it depend on what you're pondering about?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're, like, pondering the next great invention and then you go make it happen, then the pondering was an important part of the work. If you're just, like, I don't know, pondering what color a white wall is, maybe that doesn't count as doing anything.
What if you're pondering what pizza place to order pizza from and then you order pizza from that place?
You're doing something then, probably. It's not the most important work in the world, maybe, but is someone hungry for pizza?
Dude, I could go for some pizza right now.
Nice.
But we do have chili leftovers that we need to eat.
Yeah.
We can't let that go to waste.
I mean, it's not really my problem, but yes.
Well,
Greg is very generously hosting me for a couple days before I travel. And then after I get on my flight, then he's back to bacheloring it up here. You're the only one to worry about your chili.
Well, yes, that is true. Although I will have another friend actually staying with me this evening.
Who?
Lewis.
Nice.
So I'm going to have to, after you're done with the washing machine, I'm going to have to wash the sheets.
Oh, I should have thrown those in there.
No, because I like to wash them. I just wash them on like the heaviest duty cycle.
Okay. Oh, you think I sleep dirty, huh? You don't want to know what's been going on in there, dude. Good call.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, I will have had in the last over a 3-week period, I'll basically have had someone who is not normally living here for like out of like basically like 20 nights, probably like 15 of them with an additional person.
Wow.
And then
you heard it here, folks. Free hotel.
Free hotel.
Come through.
If you're in Cambridge, just send Ben a text. Follow DM him on Instagram.
And you make sure that the sheets are always clean.
Always clean.
And there's always chili in the fridge. But the caveat is that you have to draft blue decks the whole time you're here.
Yeah, you can't draft anything else. Blue decks and Reanimator.
You can play Reanimator?
Well,
I've played Reanimator to great success while being here, but you've never joined.
I have not joined. We started doing a draft together, but I got too sleepy.
Yeah. I think our opponent's going to time out, dude.
I think so, too.
What's going on? I guess they just rejoined, theoretically.
I mean, I really do hate to say it, but you know that someone with the name Laserdog, they're not going to have good internet.
That could be the case.
Oh. Well, when are you getting back to Boston?
I'll be returning on June 21st.
June 21st.
Yep. I'm actually going to be at the Kane Brown concert at Fenway Park on June 23rd. So if anyone's going to be there, come through. Greg will be joining me.
Maybe we host a little pregame for fans of the channel before.
Yeah, dude. Come through. Yeah, actually, if there's people that live in Boston and are going to be in town on the 23rd, we could make that happen. That'd be great. All right, we're down to 2 here. I think that this is going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, at this point, could we win if we didn't cast any more spells? I don't think so. Or if he didn't cast any more spells.
Snapcaster, Council's Judgment, the Meat Hook Massacre, block. I think it actually is theoretically possible.
Well, I think a land is good for us. So wait. Snap, Council's Judgment.
Yeah, we need to take out the Meat Hook Massacre because otherwise their cards will just kill us. So we go Snap, Meat Hook Massacre, and then hold up Spell Queller. We have 2 blockers so we can survive at 1. Then we Wrath their board. Then we play Karn, and somehow they just really blunder with a Retrofitter Foundries. We're fighting the good fight, dude. We're grinding.
We really are.
Look at our graveyard. Our opponent has gone through all of this stuff, and they're just still killing us. Knight's Whisper.
I think we Spell Queller?
Yeah. They can kill the Spell Queller with Duretti if they want to, but then they lose their Duretti. And then Karn can maybe do something. Okay, Dreadbore, kill the Queller.
So now they can win, because they can just kill one of our blockers and slam for 2?
There's no way they see that line.
That's
I think they probably will, actually.
I think they will. If they had to create a Thopter, they might be more confusing, but they can just sacrifice it.
But they even could create a Thopter. No, they didn't. They clicked on the wrong. They're killing their own Retrofitter Foundry. We're in it, baby.
Oh,
2
no.
down, 1, 2 to go. I wish they actually killed it, and then we could Karn take out the 3rd. Dude, we're in here. We're gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. This is insane. Wait, is playing Elspeth better because we get more blockers?
Well, they can make flyers with Retrofitter Foundry.
Oh.
But they can do that against anything. We need them to main phase tap all of their Retrofitter Foundries. Oh, man. Oh, they're doing one main phase. But as long as they leave up that other Retrofitter Foundry, they can get us. Path is gone. Let's go.
Draw 3.
Elspeth Conquers Death, not looking great here.
Not looking great. So wait, do we have to Wrath?
No, we Elspeth plus and hope they don't make a 1/1 flyer.
We're playing to our outs.
Yep.
We'll leave up mana as opposed to playing the Signet. I don't know. Just go quickly and see if something goes wrong. Awry.
They found the line.
Okay.
Well played, opponent.
Well played. You absolutely got us.
All right, but we're gonna get them in game 3.
We're gonna really focus. That internet disconnection. I had a good time. It was definitely a little distracting.
Do we want Oblivion?
I was just like, it's weird because I also saw that exact same time.
Great minds think alike, I guess.
I think we do. It would have been pretty good there.
It is awkward with
what about taking out
lockdown.
Spell Queller?
Yeah, I don't hate that. It's bad with multiple paths. And then you want to cut a Signet for an 18th land on the play?
We're gonna cut a plains or an island for. We're gonna cut a plains and bring another island, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I said that backwards. You heard?
Oh.
Yeah. I was.
Do we want an 18th land over a Signet?
Up to you. I think probably.
Sure.
Maybe.
All right. For all the marbles, as in for the 2/1.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, baby.
Come
Hopefully they
on.
don't disconnect again.
Oh, I'm so sad to be going 2-1 on my. Just like you said, this guy goes 2-1 in Vintage Cube.
Yeah.
Those drafts.
Get wrecked, dude. And you said that I would let you be the boss for as long as we keep trophying. First draft, 2-1. Maybe, hopefully, actually. If we won 2, dude, you're never coming on the channel again.
Oh, no. Oh no. Well, hopefully we win this one and then we have some chili, and the chili is good enough that
You redeem yourself in my eyes. I think we keep this.
I think so too.
It's not a sexy hand. No turn 1 Ancestral Vision, but Temporary Lockdown is our best card in the matchup. Although it is a little awkward with Oblivion Stone. Alright, so weird situation where we just want them to play a bunch of stuff. What we don't want is for them to play just a bunch of Planeswalkers. We only have 1 answer to those. But just a calm draw-go game. We get to develop our mana, set up our high curve stuff. Okay, is that worth the Council's judgment?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm leaning towards yes. We'll see what we draw. The thing is, that game, it felt like their deck just always had infinite tokens, but they actually don't have that. Like, Bitter Blossom and Duretti are the only ways to make, and I guess...
I think we should get rid of that.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Also, the fact that we drew Elspeth, I think, makes me more wanting to do that.
We have a plan now.
Yeah.
If they have Minsc and Boo, though, we will regret this.
We will.
But it's okay, because we have Mana Tithe, so they're going to play Afraid.
I mean, we also could temporary lockdown on like the tokens, which is awful, but...
Against Minsc and Boo? Okay, Bitter Blossom, that's what we wanted to see.
Yeah. Now, do we just go temporary lockdown?
Maybe.
Or do you think... I mean,
it does make flyers, which are good against Elspeth.
I think we should just do this.
Okay. I'm fine with this. We're not like extracting max value necessarily, but...
It doesn't feel like we need to when we just have Elspeth to jam next turn.
I'm on board with that.
And then he's just going to have like a lot of like do nothing cards.
Dude, the Meathook Massacre is going to kill all of our Elspeth tokens.
That will happen.
But then we'll just make more. We don't have a scarcity mindset, dude. We can just make more tokens.
That's so amazing.
Oko is so bad against Elspeth. Their Confidant's good, but still very good position for us. Elspeth can really take over games like this, and we haven't seen many clean answers from them. They have like Goblin Bombardment plus tokens to deal a lot of damage. Okay, Birds of Paradise.
Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise. The most beautiful birds in the world. Can you
reference something?
Yeah, can you quote that movie? Do you know what movie that is?
Absolutely not.
Well, then we're gonna have to see if a fan of the channel can.
Drop it in the comments.
But don't look it up online.
Yeah.
Dude, how many comments do you think we're gonna get in the chat?
Probably none, dude.
Probably gonna be like, these guys are asking for too many things. Can we just go for a triple block?
Nah, dude. You think?
I don't know.
Alright, I guess that's what we're doing. We're not able to attack Oko back right now.
So the reason I kind of like this is that it's just like we're just gonna like keep building the board up.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have like just a Wrath.
Please no second burn spell.
Yeah.
Not looking good. We don't have a way to deal with the Oko. Night's Whisper, and then they play the bird. Yeah, we're pretty far behind now. Just the Oko. Snapcaster Council Judgment, baby. Never didn't have it. That means we're going to let them on tap with their Confidant again, which isn't great, but I think it's fine. Just blatantly not playing around double days, dude.
Well, I mean, it's 2023.
Simic Signature, okay. If we had a Colonnade, we could get a little cheeky with the racing against Dark Confidant. That's another tale as old as time. Dark Confidant versus Colonnade.
You love to see it.
It's like, when do you just, like, not even care about the Dark Confidant anymore and try to race?
Good with our confidant.
Do we trade?
If he offers it, I think we do.
You love resource battles, but I think I agree. Ooh, Birds of Paradise.
Getting in for 1.
Beautiful and aggressive.
This guy doesn't miss points.
I mean, in game 1, maybe. After the internet disconnection, though, he's a new man.
He is. He came back refocused. He had a little Rocky montage, just like running up things near his house.
Yeah, dude, running up things near your house is the ultimate way to get better at Magic.
And you know what they say, like if your mind is sharp, if your body's sharp, your mind is sharp, and if your mind is sharp, you're going to be an excellent Magic player.
True.
So I think we just swing with Snap.
Do we sweep
Wrath?
the board?
Yeah, I do. I think we do that.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Also, like his average card quality is not super high, so I think that
it's super low, I think.
Yeah.
Like a very synergy-driven deck.
Yeah.
But like now, like Blood Artist, Goblin Bombardment, Mayhem Devil are all bad. And this Kitchen Finks is a 4-turn clock. Our life total is stable. They do have 3 cards in hand, and we have none. But
And they do have Retrofitter Foundry in their deck.
yeah, dude, Retrofitter Foundry, the bane of our existence. Nice. Nice.
Not a word to that.
Greg always brags about how great he is at clicking, and he claims that I'm going to misclick, so... Oh, nice. They have Yawgmoth too. I'm happy they have that in their deck. It kind of wrecks Kitchen Finks, or at least it wrecks Persist. Could be really relevant that they're not at 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we just pass. This card is a staple in Modern now.
Oh my gosh. If I end up costing us that from that missed attack.
Could happen, dude.
I don't know what's going to happen.
No chili for you.
Yeah. Seriously, I'll be on a hunger. Just, yeah.
They just pass. Any creature they draw is going to lead to more stuff. But if they just flood really hard, and we also flood really hard, then they'll time out in 2 minutes. How they have so many? They have 9 less cards than us in deck too. I guess Knight's Whisper, Dark Confidant, Time Walk, Fetch Lands. Okay, so Kitchen Finks will come back, but then they can kill it off again. They can cycle the Bone Crusher Giant if they want to, but they'll probably just keep it as a creature. And Elspeth is gone. We could top that Karn.
Yeah, we're not looking good. But also, like, if we put them to 7, we also would not be looking good.
True.
Hmm.
4 mana. Fiery Confluence. Alright. So they have 6 power on board. We're on a 4-turn clock. A lot of live draws and lots of mana, of course. Oh no, we're on a 3-turn clock. Gotta draw something. That does it.
So we should put a counter on our...
Well, is it worth 6 life to do that?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Do you think so?
Yeah, probably. They can draw another card with Yawgmoth too. But yeah, I think it's worth it to take 1 hit here.
Because the 1/1s are going to be pretty scary, I think.
Yeah. Especially with like Wrath of God already gone.
Mm-hmm. We still have Damn, though.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Like, if we...
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think I would rather do this. It also prevents them from playing anything else this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Which has some value. Don't click through this. So we put a fate counter on our temporary lockdown, which means when we sacrifice the Oblivion Stone, we kill their 3 things without killing our 1 thing. Nice. So we pass. Let's just go to begin combat, play around any hasty boys. We have 10 lands in play, a land in hand, 7 lands in our deck.
Should we let them attack or no? No, because of Charter Course?
Yeah, good point. I mean, I don't think they're playing it, but you had logic there.
I had logic.
So they can sack the Bone Crusher Giant to draw a card here, which they should probably do. Yep. Sideboard card, Oblivion Stone, putting in some work. They're probably going to time out.
Most likely, yes.
I think we're actually in a fine position. Of course, we don't have any action, but we have so many lands and a very high curve, so lots of very good top decks. Mayhem Devil. I mean, if we just draw lands, maybe we were going to die. We could still die. They kill us in 4 attacks.
Yeah. Huh.
If only they were at 6, dude.
That would be irrelevant.
Oh my god. All right. It's 13 lands down, 4 to go, or 5 to go. We're going to go to 6. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Do we have another land on top? No. Okay. Do we want to plus or make a chump blocker?
I think we just make a chump blocker.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. What a game, and what a match, and what a league, honestly. There's been a lot of interesting games.
Yeah.
The Meat Hook Massacre. So that gains them a life. It doesn't hurt us. Then they can kill our Karn or put us to 3. Oh no, they can't kill our Karn because that shrinks the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, just gonna be a timeout kind of game here. We plus the Karn and then they'll yeah.
Jeez.
I don't like timeouts. I know you kind of play for them sometimes. It doesn't feel good to me. I think we could have won this game plus the Karn.
Yeah.
I think we could have won this game. Especially with 2 hefty hits there. Wait, just play Elspeth Conquers Death.
Yeah.
And see, now we're just ahead. We have Karn on board. Elspeth Conquers Death can bring back Kitchen Finks to stabilize the board. And they time out. Okay.
All right, 2-1. Well,
I think we were going to win that game even without the clock.
agreed.
I mean, it's possible that they would have played differently if they could have. But all right, let's pull up the deck list. Blue Eye Control. 2-1. Could not quite get the trophy, but a strong deck. It wasn't the best build of Blue Eye Control. We didn't have Fractured Identity or either of the Teferis. We only had 1 gold card, and it was like...
A medium gold card.
Yeah, not bad. But the deck did have a couple good things going for it. 2 Wraths is a great place to be against a lot of creature decks, especially with Signets to ramp into it. And then Council Judgment, Seal from Resistance, Elspeth Conquers Death gives us very good ways to deal with sticky permanents, Planeswalkers, Goblin Bombardment, stuff like that. Against the mono red deck, they had so many Planeswalkers and Showdown of the Scalds and stuff. So we didn't have quite enough ways to deal with all of those things, but I do think our answers were very good. The counter magic was fine. Miscalculation, Counterspell, Mystic Confluence, and Spell Queller is 4 cards that are mostly counterspells. In terms of win conditions, both Karns, Elspeth are all pretty good. The Wandering Emperor is good. Palace Jailer is very good sometimes. The things that I would like to see more is card draw. We had Mystic Confluence and Ancestral Recall, or Ancestral Vision for card draw, but no Ponder Preordain, no Charter Course, no Thirst for Discovery, just cards that put us up a card and gain a little bit of consistency. And the mana base was dubious. We didn't really get punished too much for it, but we had to play a high land count. Colonnade was very good, as it often is. More value lands would have been appreciated, like Wasteland or Caracas. Urza, I'd say, was medium. We never spun Urza. We did use the mana from it once. Just putting 2 bodies onto the board is fine. But in this league, it probably would have been... it would have been much better as a Jace or something. Yeah. But pretty sweet. Oh, Shark Typhoon I should give a shout out to. Was very good. At multiple points, it was really good. In particular, being able to block Glenn at instant speed. Or we didn't even block the Glenn, but make a flying blocker through Glenn at instant speed was a really powerful play in the first round.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, Greg.
Dude, it's my pleasure. Looking forward to commanding the next one.
Yeah, all right. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Depends on the chili. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.